Here, boys.
How do I see chat?
Okay.
There we go. Chat. Somebody clip that, please. Somebody please clip that.
Am I still pixelated?
Yeah.
How long are we gonna do this?
How long are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Watch out, be popping off. I don't know.
It do be like that.
Do do do.
Are you gonna promote it? Are you gonna help us promote?
Oh yeah. Hey bitches, just so you know, Alex, Kaleo, me, and Ryan are gonna be doing a podcast in a few seconds or minutes on the Twitch stream I will attach to this story. Please watch us.
Cringe.
Alex, Kaleo, me, and Ryan. What's the link? Are gonna be
Twitch.tv.
doing a podcast
Oh.
in a few
That's this one.
seconds or minutes.
Slash.
People have made an
Stunner.
impact
Hey
on you.
bitches, just so you
OW.
know, Alex, Kaleo, me, and Ryan are
I
gonna
said
be
your
doing
name
a
wrong.
podcast in a few seconds or minutes. Hey bitches, just so you know.
Oh my god,
Alex,
turn it off.
I'm trying.
me,
Get that shit out of here.
and Ryan
Yo,
are
yo,
gonna
one
be doing
when
a
you're in chat,
podcast
can you
in a
stop?
few seconds.
You know who it is? It's me.
I know.
Give it about 10 minutes. 10 minutes maybe.
We're just chilling, spabbing.
Carmen asked people who have made an impact on you. It's a good one.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Corona. His last name virus. He's made a
Okay.
huge impact on me.
Podcast in a
There.
I get it.
minute.
Yo, one viewer.
Yo, one viewer, me mystery, bro.
Last name virus, first name Corona.
Dude. I just found out she was having Corona with a guy called Virus.
Damn.
It's a joke. Chill out. Some
It
people
was a joke.
I'm hungry.
eat some wheat thins.
Eat my. Okay.
Oh, we're dropping turns. No. Bling, bling.
It's Senor MVP. Sim.
Signor.
Monsieur MVP. Siempre.
Simple. Simple.
Why did you do a Japanese accent, but
We're
you
just
started off
waiting.
with French?
Yo, 2 viewers. Who's in chat? Who's in chat? No one.
Don't worry, we're just chilling.
We're
Waiting
actually
for more
just chilling.
people.
We're waiting for. Alright.
Don't worry.
So, this stream is sponsored by Wheat
Hi.
Thins.
Me and my friends are doing a podcast on twitch.tv/StunnerOW. I would stream it, but my stream's not working, so swipe up.
Swipe up, you guys.
Hello.
Wait, I can't even link
How do you
it,
do
can
the
I?
link? Yeah, how do you link things?
I don't
I'm
know.
an idiot. I'm an idiot. I don't think you can. I think that's just on
I
Snapchat.
typed it in. But yeah.
Don't worry.
You
It could be
can.
just an anon.
I should have done it. I failed.
You failed.
Should we just put a text box saying we're waiting?
Hi, me and my friends are doing a podcast
I don't
on
know.
twitch.tv
I
slash
don't do,
StunnerOW.
Do an ad
so,
source, like on the
come
right.
hang out with us.
Text. It's like text something. There you go. It's not the message.
I know. I'm just saying.
And on the bottom text. There
I
you go.
thought that said anal. It says Ariel.
Let's go.
So
Wait,
please, Rob.
please watch.
Yo, 3 people. What's up? We're just waiting right now.
What's up, my loyal viewers?
Wait.
Wait, it doesn't even come up. How do I enter?
That's so redundant. They're already watching it. Waiting for viewers.
Please stay,
watch.
please stay. I got you. Where do I go? Properties? There we go. Please stay. Hey. Nice.
Any new
Looking good, looking
responses,
good.
guys.
Keep eating. It's fine. I wonder how many people are in class right now, though. What time is it? It is 4 o'clock. I feel like most people will be done by their class by now. Why are you just staring at yourself?
I'm not staring at myself.
You're not? What are you doing?
I'm staring at Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Bro, why? Look at my giraffe neck I got going.
Draft Nick. So,
Dr. Octagonopus.
Young Thuggeroni is in here. Oh God, Young
No
Thuggeroni.
way.
Dude, I'm stealing your fans. Like, I feel bad, but like, he knows what's good. He knows what's good. Let's be honest here.
I think he's just here because Lily Meme Retreat's here.
He just follows me wherever I go.
I feel like I. Never mind.
Damn.
I feel like whatever you were gonna say was gonna be extra,
Really dumb.
extra stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you stopped yourself.
Dude, this looks so dark on this side. It's like being
You,
captured
you,
in the
you
void.
typed it wrong. Twitch.tv/Sunner Overwatch. OW.
Oh my god, Kaleo, you fucked up so bad.
Dude, you didn't even know my stream tag, bro?
Oh
Wait, we
my
lost a
God.
viewer.
Hold up. If it's alright, I'm gonna delete this real quick. I'm just gonna repost your thing.
You didn't link it.
What?
I did. Oh my god, that's what you get for rushing me.
Also, that's on your Smurf. That's
On my
not even
what?
how you made.
Why
That's
would
not
I?
your main
I
account.
would never put that on my main account.
Why?
'Cause that's embarrassing.
Oh wow, you're so sad.
It is.
I couldn't see it though. So why is that?
Alex,
Oh yeah, wait.
come
Advertising
on.
your Discord.
The Twitch
Huh?
stream
Discord.
I will attach
Oh, yeah.
to this story.
Oh wait, it's gonna switch a scene for now. Hold
Huh?
on. Switch a scene, cause then it's gonna. There you go.
Like there?
Yeah, and now go on your Discord. Hold up, guys. We're just chilling for a bit.
We're trying to announcements.
Put it in general, cause it's not really like an announcement. Oh well, you sure did that.
I wish I was wearing something cuter for my first stream ever.
That's you guys.
This is like the start of my online career.
All right, I'm going back to the. Actually, no, I gotta put it back.
Full screen, and we're good. Okay.
And bam, and we're back.
Let's wait
It's
5 more
not
minutes
easy.
and just fuck it, we'll just start. I mean,
Yeah, it's okay.
alright.
We're not trying to get famous here.
We're
Here
not?
for discussions. Record it live. Tyrion.
I played piano for like 3 hours.
Damn.
Like actually, just like 3 hours. just
Are you
played
getting
piano.
good at piano?
Was it anime music?
I'm getting better. I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm getting better for sure.
Was it anime music?
No, it's just like regular pop music.
Yo, Alan Wallhop.
Hey,
What the
waddle
fuck,
hop.
Wait, what? Jacka's?
Sincere! Yo, chat's popping off.
If one of us has it, all of us has it, dumbass.
She has it probably.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Corona? Corona!
Oh my god. Let's go. Dennis is in the house too.
Yo, what's up? Holy shit. see
What's poggers?
It's like. it's a.
It's just
Twitch.
poggers. It's just poggers.
Remember when you asked me what pog meant?
It's a Twitch language.
It just means PogChamp.
Nah, dude, it means Pog.
Cool.
If you know what I mean.
No, yeah, she asked me the other day what pog meant, like PAWG.
I don't think he has what's the website called?
What are you eating, Rayan?
I'm eating
Yo, 7 viewers, let's go. What's up?
Yo, I swear you only eat flaming hot Cheetos.
I want some.
That's the only thing he can do. Eat flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah, and lie. The only thing Ryan does is eat flaming hot Cheetos and lie, dude.
All girls do is eat hot Cheetos.
No, all
and lie.
Ryan does is eat hot Cheetos and simp, bro.
There we
Simp.
go.
That's all you. 7 viewers, let's go.
Okay. Wait 3 more minutes.
Yeah, 3 more minutes and then the stream is starting, guys. Soy sauce tofu's also in chat, but not responding. Wow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Big fan.
I inspire my followers.
Wow, dude, so much clout.
Sick.
Yeah, cool.
Sick.
Cool,
Everyone cares so much.
cool story, bro. Like, seriously. Cool story, bro.
Yeah, look, I could just disappear into the.
Oh. Yo, he's gone. Where'd he go?
I'm gonna take it. No.
No! Where'd he go?
Young Thuggeroni says,
Young-
hurry up and start, idiots.
No, we gotta wait till we have
Wait,
the
wait,
most potential reach.
Alright.
down,
2 more.
young
2 more. 2
thug.
more. 2 more
Who's
minutes.
soy
Guys.
sauce tofu?
Claudia.
Claudia.
Claudia!
Good one, Waddle Hop.
Thanks, Jack. Wait, fuck. I was gonna say I could play some music, but then the entire
Wait.
stream would just be muted.
Did you guys hear that Albie Duncan got coronavirus?
Yeah, I heard.
Andy, did you hear?
Yeah, did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who?
Albie Duncan, he got coronavirus.
Who is that?
You don't.
Wait.
Albie Duncan, these nuts in your face.
Fell for the oldest trick in the book.
I knew. That's why I acted weird. I was like, I feel like something is coming out.
Yeah, his nuts in your face.
Y'all are dumb as fuck.
All they do is eat hot chip and lie.
Good one.
Facts. Alright, let's start at 15. Okay.
1 more minute, guys. Chill.
Yo, everybody.
Dude, if we
What's a
if we
chill?
15 without popping, I'm leaving.
support the stream, guys. Everybody, tell other people to come watch.
So when
They're-
is Rand
they're
gonna
bored.
talk about Bernie?
You don't want me to start on politics because then I'm never gonna shut up.
I'm not too closely with politics. So
When do
I'm not too
you
sure.
shut up already? Like, it doesn't have to be on
That's fair.
politics.
Alright. 4:15 is up, and we're gonna start.
Wait.
About the topic.
Let's change the topic. Let's at least have people know what we're gonna talk about.
So right now we're gonna talk about
I ate all the snacks I
coronavirus.
The hot topic right now.
Alright. So I don't know if some of you guys know this, but there's a virus going around. And it's from China. The Chinese people made it in a lab
No.
to try and destroy the rest of the world, and it's called the coronavirus. The novel coronavirus. What is that
You know,
about?
there's actually you can actually get fined for spreading false information on coronavirus.
Well, I'm Chinese. I know Chinese people. That's not false information. What do you mean? Are you trying to discredit my Chineseness?
Yeah.
My dude,
Um.
do you know who my dad is? My dad is the head coronavirus creator, bro. He's the founder of coronavirus. What's up, Kairos? Yeah.
Industry voice LMAO. What do you mean, Kairos? My voice is nicer than yours. Haha, Christy, Pepega.
Blue beam though, blue beam.
Yeah, what?
Oh shit, yeah. I have scrims tonight. With Kairos. Yeah. But yeah, so let's keep going.
Sounds like
It's
I'm
called
in
the
a fish tank.
Novel coronavirus. Like, I don't understand. It's because there are other versions of it, right? That's why it's called the COVID-19.
I don't sound like a fish tank.
Yeah, it's just a different version of it. It originated,
Yeah, so
came from bats, then went to fish market.
bats? Are you sure it came from bats? I
That's where
heard something
started.
about it. I
I
heard
think
something
it
about
started from there. I'm pretty
people
sure.
call it bat flu, but also people call it like the Chinese virus and shit too.
Okay,
so
but
it's
that's
like,
just
he's gone. He's back. Yo, we hit 10 viewers. We hit 10 viewers. Yay.
I was
no,
being.
but it's so
Oh.
scuffed. But no, I think it originated from bats, and then it
Pangolin or bats. Wow.
I'm
Interesting.
guessing it spread to like like Wuhan and like the fish market.
That's so crazy. You know, like, yeah, last year, I don't know, like, suddenly I just heard from my, I think I heard from Simi, actually, about Wuhan. And I was like, what's going on in Wuhan? So I Googled that shit. I was like, yo, there's some virus starting. But I didn't think it was going to be, like, serious, you know? Until they literally, like, blocked off Wuhan. Like, they quarantined that shit. Like, locked it down. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was in Japan at the time when it...
Oh, yeah.
Or I was about to leave.
Uh-huh.
And then I remember coming back here and then finding about, like, it was just spreading like crazy.
Yeah.
And honestly, it wasn't, like, that big of a deal. I mean, it was, like, in, like, China at the time. But I think the worst thing was, like, the cruise ship, right? That just made this whole situation out of, like,
that's right,
control.
that's right.
Because, like, I think it was relatively contained, but, like, until, like, we lost track and, like, I guess people didn't keep track of, like, where these things were going. Like, governments, it just went out of control. And then went to Italy and, like, Europe countries, Iran and South Korea. Like, that's when it started getting out of control.
Yeah, unlucky. So...
What do you think, Ryan? Like, what are your take on this?
Man, it all started off as a joke.
That's
True, though. True.
It originated
honestly, like,
from
it
a
was
joke.
Coronavirus is so far away, nothing can happen to us. And then it comes to the U.S. And then we're like, damn, it's a joke, right? Like, Trump is like, oh, it's a hoax, like, whatever. People are still doing, you know, their normal thing. And then all of a sudden, Trump's like, when Trump reads off a teleprompter, you know that something's going down. Because this dude was reading off a teleprompter like, yo, we gotta fight coronavirus, like, this is actually a problem. And then everyone started losing their shit, right? I honestly think that we're not treating it properly as it is right now because you have so many other problems that are happening because of this. Like, people are losing their jobs, people can't pay rent. Like, France froze all of their mortgage payments to prevent their economy from dying. And Italy, too, they, like, froze rent payments. So, like, I feel like before we have the same market, we're already going into a recession with our stock market. So, like, we need to do something now. Like, we need to either give people money, like the $1,000, $2,000, but I think a better thing would be to freeze payments. Like, freeze taxes, bills, mortgage payments. Because that's something, like, yeah, it might affect people that are, you know, renting apartments out or leasing apartments out, and they might suffer. But then, like, those people have money, right? And then people that are working paycheck to paycheck can't do anything. They can't pay their bills. They're gonna go broke and then lose their houses, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the thing Trump and the congressman passed, like where they're giving money every like 2 waves of it or something, depending on your household?
Yeah.
Oh, only 2 waves?
It's like one in April, mid-April, and one in mid-May. Oh, what are your thoughts on that? Like,
I mean, at least Trump's not an idiot. I mean, he is, but like, at least he's not a complete imbecile to see that like U.S. people are suffering, and if citizens don't get aid soon, then they're gonna, you know, get cucked.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of states are taking action, but not as much as most would, I guess, want to take. Because I know in New York City, I was reading in the New York Times, it's like they're doing like the freeze in mortgages, like the one you're talking about, but not as much as maybe other places. I don't know about SF if it's doing that, but I know they're. I'm actually not sure what they're doing exactly.
Yeah, and then it all comes down to like what's happening on the state level, because state governments are independent from the federal government. So like, the federal government can, you know, dish out payments, but then ultimately it's up to state governments to care for their own people, because the federal government is so wide scale. Maybe they can give out $1,000, $2,000 payments because they have reserves, but then states need to, you know, take the head on this and be like, hey, what can we do for our state, right? Yeah. Like, everybody in California just started buying more weed as soon as the quarantine started, and their stocks went like crazy. Yeah.
Yo, I need to be fucking lighting up right now.
True.
But yeah, that's pretty crazy that this is happening in our university time. Because, like, when my parents were going to university, they had the Tiananmen Square massacre. And I'm just here with coronavirus. Like, that's still pretty cool. At least I can say some shit happened when I was in college, whereas my sister, I don't think anything happened. I mean, there was a school shooter at UCLA for like once, but that was it. I mean, yeah, the most exciting stuff that was happening was the half black guy saying the N word outside Gilson like a few months
Oh,
ago.
that
I
one.
feel like a school
Last
shooter is
semester.
very different.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like that's something really scary and guns are involved and
I'm saying, like, a
people
big
dying
event.
like around you and it could happen anytime. Whereas the corona is something you can prevent and I don't know, I feel like it's just very different from a school shooter.
I'm talking about like excitement, like news, you know,
Wow.
like big things happening. I'm not talking about like damages or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's exciting.
Yeah, that
Well, oh, okay. So you can talk about. So what happened when you were in college? Nothing. I went to class, played video games, you know, all that shit. Where you'd be
Yeah.
like, "There's a fucking coronavirus going on," you know, like we all have to go home and shit. Yo, like,
Bro, I was on, like,
toilet paper
kids
was running
that
out. She was
survived
crazy.
Ebola, the swine flu, literally the zombie apocalypse.
the Zika.
Yeah. But another crazy thing that I saw earlier today was that UCLA's graduation commencement for the class of 2020 is gonna be online.
Minecraft.
Yeah, like isn't that crazy? They're
You-
actually petitioning to just postpone it.
I think USF also canceled their commencement.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're handling exactly if they're doing it online, but they canceled like in person, so it's not gonna happen. That's so sad though. Like, you
like-
won't physically have, you know, like it's not just like getting it because you will get it regardless, but it's just like the memory and the ceremony. You know, that's a tradition to receive your
Yeah.
diploma by hand. You know, it's like that's a like a mark, a milestone, like you know, versus like it's not the same when it's online where it's like, congratulations, you have received your diploma. Okay, next, leave chat. All right,
Next.
next, join.
Wait. Okay.
And
Quick
like
question.
Microsoft Word, like
Yeah.
moving across the stage.
Okay. Wait. To all the
Yeah.
USF students here, right? Also the ones in chat. Type in chat. Like, did you guys go to the pinning ceremony? If so, how was it? You know, do you guys know
Oh,
what that
I
is?
remember that. That was like,
And do you still have the pen till today? That's the question.
I do somewhere.
I have my pin. Yeah.
I think it's in
friend
my
sent me.
luggage somewhere, but
Pen or pin?
I didn't feel.
I don't know. I thought it was a pen.
It's a pin.
Pen. Oh fuck.
Yeah, like we got little pins that said
Yeah.
like USF on them.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Honestly, like, as bad as I didn't really feel much about it, and also like, I just remember drinking the wine, lol.
There was a wine.
Yeah, because then I think you went up and like,
Speaking of wine,
I don't know, like Catholic
I
tradition.
didn't get any.
Yeah. What?
But unless that was no,
Yeah.
maybe I'm thinking of something else. But I do remember like the pinning though, and you had to like.
Okay, because for me, it was I was gonna go, but then I think I was hanging out with Marty and Nadia, but they didn't want to go. But everybody's like, yo, it's a really special thing. You have a pin that you can keep till the end of your 4 year, and you'll go back in, you'll like graduate. I was like, that sounds pretty cool. So I went in like 5 minutes late, just by myself. I had like no friends. I sat down next to this guy called Marcus, who lived in Lomo. Shout out to Marcus. I still see him in the gym all the time, and we hung out like 2 or 3 times. It was chill, but I sat for like an hour, but I didn't even get a pin. Do you get it while you're going in?
No, you got on the way out.
No, they're passing it down. Because then I remember they said, at least for me, you grab your pin and then have a friend or someone next to you pin it for you, and that was like a symbol or something.
What the?
And that's how they
Wait,
did it.
when
for-
was this, man? I just got a pin that said USF and like
No,
they
'cause
just handed
then-
You
it.
That's
forgot
what
Kaleo's
happened.
20 fucking thousand years old.
Yeah, dude, I'm ancient, guys. But
Yeah, he's a dinosaur.
that's what happened.
how old are you?
I'm 20.
Yeah.
Damn,
But-
cool.
So, I mean, the only thing I got out of that was a friend, I guess. Fuck.
It was bad, man.
Yeah, unlucky. But yeah, sorry. Back to the commencement, and let's talk about online classes. Rayan, your classes start Monday, right? You said?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit. Alright.
So I'm like.
Oh, whoa!
Macaroni.
young
Okay,
macaroni.
dude.
Okay, okay, buddy.
Okay,
Okay,
buddy.
buddy.
Okay,
Okay.
buddy.
Yeah, so
Okay.
with our online classes, how's... Oh! Timed out. See ya. Alright, so how are online classes going then? Cleo, you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. I just had my first one today, and it was Zoom. Luckily, my
Okay,
professor,
Zoomer.
my professor is very well knowledge. It's very
Alright,
kind.
Nate.
No, my professor is really like I guess well skillful. I don't know what's the word. Like I guess more used to using Zoom because she uses Zoom.
Zoom expert.
I guess so. You can say it that
Zoom
way.
specialist.
So like
Zoom
is
one trick.
very well prepared for it, but like it's such a weird transition going to online classes because like we're so used to being in class and like being there, and it's so different because now you're at home, and you can't really go anywhere else, and it's easy to get distracted.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Bro,
what?
you know what's crazy? It's that like all of these professors that are using Zoom, like you have to feel bad for them because all these old professors that don't know how technology works, all of a sudden have to switch their curriculum to online.
Exactly.
And at first I was like, damn, this sucks for me. But then it was like, wait, this sucks even more for all these professors that had their entire schedules lined out for the rest of the semester for like 5 different sections and like 3 different classes. So now they're like, how am I supposed to do this, you know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. You got to give a lot of credit to the professors, and especially not only like just adjusting to that, but like all of these students are going back home, different time zones. People are adjusting, moving. Like you got to give these professors credit for like I feel like they're getting most of the workload versus like us because they have to adapt to like I guess synchronize and like or not like try to asynchronize a lot of like their coursework. And it's like a restructure of like their entire like thing, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Any,
But
How is
how's
Rayon so
yours?
cute? Yo, Nick, I don't know, man. It just genetics.
I saw that too.
Alright, Annie, how about you? What about your classes?
I was just gonna say that I think the situation is actually maybe hard for the professors, but really good. They need to get with the times. This is what, the shit that's going on nowadays, and it was about time they learned a little more about computers and shit like that. Yeah.
Back
Really?
in my day.
I feel like it's just a preference, though. I mean,
Blackboards? What is a blackboard, dude? I don't know about whiteboards.
God.
I'm gonna invent the brown board.
One of my professors still uses a blackboard, like with chalk and shit.
That's
A lot of
crazy.
the USF classrooms still have blackboards.
I think it's just the feeling of it, just writing on the board.
And then I ask him to let me erase the boards at the end of class, so I
Oh,
can feel
God.
like a little
Just
anime
feeling
girl.
the
You know how they
nails
go
on a
like boop, boop,
chalkboard.
boop.
You.
True.
Yeah.
I just need a school uniform,
Disgusting.
sailor
Yo,
uniform.
guys, I realized that we could just go live on Instagram together.
Nah, but then it doesn't save it, It doesn't, record it.
True. But
And then
are
we
you-
might
are you
get
saving
too
this
many
VOD?
viewers, and that might be embarrassing.
Are you saving this pod?
Yeah, of
I
course.
hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
upload
because
this shit.
if I went live on Instagram, then you request to be in a live with me, and then we both are in an Instagram live together.
We could
And
do
you have
that
a
too.
bunch more people watching.
We could do that if you want.
Also, we lost
Should we-
5
should we-
viewers.
Should we do it?
Who the fuck is leaving?
That might be a better
It's alright.
idea, a better way
It
to get
happens.
viewers because then all of your followers and all of my followers get notified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what we could do is,
Hmm.
why don't you just go live? I don't care, honestly.
No, but then I won't be able to get you in the live.
Sorry, guys. This scuffs.
Get Kaleo in. Get Kaleo in. That's why.
What?
Get Kaleo live.
Alex doesn't want his followers to get notified.
Well, I don't mind. I just want to set it up. Let's see. Is it hard?
No, I
Oh.
literally just go live, and then you jump
Okay.
into my live, and then I hit request to be in live.
All right,
you guys,
go, go,
P.
Go.
Pause. Wait, can we do?
You ready?
Can
Ready.
we do 3-way?
Look at the viewers slowly leaving because they know we're switching.
Sorry, guys. Hold up. We're
Alright, I'm
Try
going live.
something
I'm
new.
gonna do you two since I'm not talking,
Why?
and then I can pop in once in a while when I have an opinion.
Okay.
Sure. Go for it.
How do I request to be in your
It's our
live?
routine. Come on.
Just join it, and
Sorry,
then
guys.
it'll say request to be in live.
Get closer to Alex, or else you won't be in the.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah.
do.
I'm gonna turn on there.
Oh, that's me.
Oh,
Claire
shit.
sent the request. There we go.
Turn your volume off. Sorry, guys. Hold up. We're clout.
Clout. How do I request? Oh, here we go.
Cloud.
Actually, let me-
Okay, are you in?
Yo, this is good.
Holy.
Rayan, I'm requesting it.
Wait,
Oh,
mute your own.
I've already muted mine.
Yo,
It's yours that's not muted.
Is it?
You can't mute it. It's gonna be like one volume.
Oh, there we go.
I requested it.
Sorry guys, it's gonna be pretty scuff.
Does it not work?
Kinda.
I already requested to be in yours. It's not working.
Yeah,
Yo,
but you can only
what's
have one
up?
person in it at a time.
Shit. Alright, that's fine.
Oh, never mind. I guess my followers.
Okay. Yeah, so, what were we talking about? Online classes,
Online
yeah.
classes.
I think, I'm just glad that I don't have my professor for psych stats from 2 years ago. Well, from a year ago. What's his name? Something Silverthorn.
I don't take psych.
Colin Silverthorn. This guy, I mean, he was nice, but he was also literally like, I feel like he could die any second during the class because every time he picked up a pen, it would be like,
Okay, buddy, relax.
I'm not even exaggerating. That's the saddest part. He was super nice, and he would always go off in his lectures about the most irrelevant things. Like he would always just start talking about like, my son was in the Olympics or like the Youth Olympics, and he'd be like, I paid off my mortgage like 20 years ago. We'd just be like, all right. And then the best thing was, he wrote the textbook, so he was like, guys, like I don't know what to tell you. It's $90, but I think you should just buy it because it's a useful book. You know, like don't get it secondhand. You should just buy it.
It's so triggering when professors make you buy their own textbook.
That's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like what the fuck? Why would you want
Facts.
to? Yeah, it's just like stupid, you know. So it's just like dumb. But also, this guy would not do well with technology. I feel like he doesn't even know how to use his phone. He probably has one of those like Nokias. Yeah, but I don't know. These professors are really picking it up. Yesterday, my abnormal psych professor pulled up to lecture on Zoom with a headset. Like he looked like an air traffic controller. It's like Rayan's, but smaller. Like the headset's
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but way smaller, and it looks so funny. It's like I could just like, this is your captain speaking. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please
What's up, Tim?
buckle in. We're gonna have some turbulence coming.
Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
Exactly. And then there was like literally 5 minutes in the lecture. He just like he froze. And then he DC'd. And it was like a COD lobby. The host migrated, and then we're like, so what's going on, guys? Like,
Did
what's
you get to
happening?
turn your webcams on?
Yeah.
in Zoom?
Yeah, but
Yeah, so like, my professor doesn't care about the webcam.
That's so good,
but
that's so
when
good.
he first set it up, he was like, you don't have to have the webcams open. So we were all just like, webcams off, like, mics off. I wasn't even there half the time. But I think for the, like, actual lecture, he's gonna, like, ask questions and make us respond. So,
yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I think that's gonna be funny, to say the least, with webcams on and stuff. I was sitting with my back towards my backyard, so I was just literally a shadow through all of my lectures. But that's
Oh.
good. It's gonna be like that for a while. I don't think like online lectures should be mandatory though, just because you can record it and watch it back. But yeah.
yeah.
I feel like, because in Australia, it's always really standardized. Like, recording lectures is very standardized. Every lecture is recorded. So, a lot of my friends just never pull up to uni because, like, it takes like an hour or 2 hours to get there. And then, they can do just like sitting at home and watching the lecture live because it's always streamed, and then doing the homework and showing up for exams. That's like what a lot of people do. So I don't. I mean, I feel like in this part, American education system's kind of like backwards because of this. So I don't know.
K-Pulsar. But the Satsa
Video. Yeah, that was. I watched it. I don't really. I guess it was okay.
So, to give context, me and Alex are in the same existentialism class for philosophy, and our professor posted a video or like pre-recorded lecture of like what we're supposed to learn, and I think that's her way of doing lectures now. It's pre-recorded, and it's all optional. And I guess it's kind of crazy how like different professors have different, I guess, ways of approaching online courses, because there's some that want to do it synchronized or like, you know, be live, be there, or not asynchronized, where it's like You watch the recordings and then maybe post on some discussion on Canvas or something to know that, like a little check-in, you watched it. That's two, I guess, main ways that people are doing this now. It's interesting, I guess professors just going that route, and I gotta give credit to these people. Like, some people are like technologically, like, they're not, what's the word, like,
Savvy.
not like they're not used to these technologies, especially a lot of these old professors where they use like Blackboard as like their usual now. They have to adjust, like, how else are they going to teach the course now? They can't just go to class now because a lot of these campuses kick them out. And actually, I learned that my professor actually got kicked out of the campus, like, as in, like, their offices, so they can't teach and they don't have like the same access to these like whiteboards or maybe like offices now. And internet, that's a big problem too.
Internet, yeah.
Like, some places now, like, they don't have internet now, like, especially if you like go to, I don't know, like, if you're going back to China or something. I mean, I don't, like, some of these places don't have the same access of internet versus if you're here in America or like Europe.
Yeah.
So like that's like such a problem too. It's not standardized now. There's a lot of like different variances and like variables to like account for and all these things. So
Yeah, but what if the
crazy.
Chinese government like banned, blocked Zoom? That'll be funny.
Are you guys still using WeChat over there?
Yeah, hell yeah. What do you mean? WeChat's 20%.
WeChat's the life, guys.
WeChat's amazing.
I actually got an email from one of my professors today that he sent out like affordable options on internet, like temporary and long term.
Whoa,
like,
that's pretty cool. That's
yeah.
actually pretty cool.
We'll get back to that,
Roman
Roman.
said, "What are your thoughts on the outcome of the coronavirus and the impact on capitalism?" Well,
Oh,
to give
that's
it to you
it's
straight,
a-
like, what's happening is happening, right? Like, we kind of expected to go into a bear market, and we're going into a recession, and
yeah.
capitalism, like, at the end of the day, it's funny because people are like, wow, look, everybody's hogging all this stuff in the stores. This is what socialism would be like. But no, like, this is literally capitalism. Like, we're in a capitalistic society, and this is happening. So why
Mhm.
would this be socialism? You know, like, it doesn't make any sense like that. But I think that as soon as a vaccine is developed, our market is going to flip, and we're going to go into a bull market, which is almost guaranteed because there's going to be a vaccine, and everyone's going to be like, oh, well, now we can start investing in things again because everyone's going to be okay. And whatever company is the first to develop the vaccines, obviously going to have their stocks shoot up like crazy. And yeah, I think capitalism is, like, what's happening right now is the direct effect of capitalism in a national emergency.
Oh shit. I do have one concern though. If the vaccine does come out, right? Like, this is the whole like problem with society in general, like the inequality. Who's gonna have access to this vaccine?
Exactly.
So
yeah,
that's
So
such a
another
big problem. Like,
is
especially
the
in our
company gonna
society.
charge ridiculous
Exactly right.
prices for a vaccine.
Like, how
or
does
are they
insurance
gonna
cover
get
all
the
this?
vaccine out?
Will the government make this vaccine free? Like, luckily now they passed the, they passed it so like everyone has free access to the testing case. But what about this vaccine now? Like, so
Yeah, they have free access to tests, but they don't have free access to treatment.
exactly. So it's like, that's such a problem right now, and like, this inequality just growing bigger and bigger now because of this. It's bad enough already, but this, I think the virus itself is causing much bigger divide in this inequality, and it will be. We'll just have to see and how it pans out here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. So, how about let's talk about the social aspects of this quarantine we're experiencing now, huh?
Yeah.
So,
So aside from like the macro level of all this, like now in the micro, like let's talk about like I guess the social part. Like, there's many stories we can go off like on this.
Dog,
Yes.
I'm depressed.
Okay.
I guess like we can start off by talking about how we're sitting together right now. I mean, we're supposed to be practicing social distancing, so avoiding unnecessary gatherings, I guess. That's the most ideal way to go for everybody. But I mean, I am just guilty of being a bitch, I guess.
I'm not caring.
No, I'm not. It's not. I don't care. It's like I feel like I would go crazy if I had to spend all this time by myself.
Yeah,
So-
self-isolating at home. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Especially
that.
with like all Italy, I mean, they're trying their best to like they're a total lockdown right now. It's like all, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the videos. Like they're like communicating across their apartments, like doing these ways to still, like what's the word? To like I guess have their culture still like be determined. I guess self-determined. I don't know. Like still have ways they're not
Morale.
isolated.
Yeah.
Like they're still like going with this, it's and I obviously we shouldn't be doing this, right? Like me and Alex coming here, like we still have contact with like transportation, walking here, touching even my doorknob, like you getting mail, like stuff like that. I still have a chance to. I mean, I've been cleaning, like washing my hands and following safe hygiene, but there's still a chance I could get this. I mean, we're just here because we're just selfish. Unfortunately,
Yeah. You could be carrying it too. Like you could
Exactly.
have the virus without knowing
And
the virus.
that's
Yeah.
the I
Like,
think
that's another thing. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
stay as far away from my parents as possible because I've been going out and about here and there. And
Out
like
and
I
about.
could be carrying it and be asymptomatic and not know that I'm carrying it, and then like accidentally give it to one of my parents, which would not be ideal because they're significantly older.
Right. That's the same problem I faced with. I kind of want to go back to Hawaii, like I really do, and I mean part of it too is like I have nothing else to do there back at home. But
Also, there's like no
But-
cases in Hawaii.
no,
so,
there's
like,
it rose though. It went to 14 now. Like
really? Is that 3 days ago?
yeah, it was, and now it's like 14. I checked the New York Times. I was like, that's crazy. But I want to go back home. But like, there's a chance that I'm gonna go hop on a plane and be at the airport contracted, no symptoms whatsoever, and go back, right? And then, especially like in Hawaii, like the culture there, like you're always like hugging people, saying hi to family and friends. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's across all cultures, but that's how we say hi, and like it's like we're very close. A lot of like houses have a lot of families up to like 19, I believe. I remember reading like a local Hawaii news, like they had to contain or quarantine 19 family members because of one person that got infected was at the household. So like they have to quarantine these guys. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, because now there's some local cases now that's popping up in Hawaii, and I'm very certain it's gonna start increasing because it's not as big now, but again, things can start small and pan out like exponentially.
Yeah, that's like a
And that's why I'm
hardcore
scared to go back.
quarantine too.
Yeah, I'm scared to go back because I don't want my parents who are like really getting old. I mean, and then they're gonna contract it, and the virus doesn't show any symptoms for like a week or two, right? And you could still be a carrier of it. And not only that too, right? I could be like spreading it locally. I could be like in the airport of Hawaii. I could go to somewhere. So that's why I'd have to take like self quarantine for these 2 weeks or something if I were to go back. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I mean, I try to keep things under control by licking my doorknobs and handles clean to make sure nothing happens to them.
I don't use my hands, guys. I use my mouth to open the
Yeah.
doorknob.
Yeah. And
Oh God.
and I always kiss people hello anyway, so it's like, what's the difference, right? Yikes. Nah. But yeah, this is all very strange, and I think this like virus really made me think about how different my life will be, because like a huge part of my routine is going outside. I hate staying at home all day. I think that makes me feel really unproductive in general, like worthless. So I gotta make sure I get out a few times a day and go somewhere else, have a change of scene. But now it's gonna be difficult for the next foreseeable future, which is weird. I think a big thing about this virus is like it changes people's view of the foreseeable future. Like, what is that? What actually is the future now? Like, how long is the future we're talking about here, right? And then what is that going to be? What's like going to be afterwards? What's going to have changed? Yeah. Although it seems like it's not a huge deal, but I think this is going to slowly like build up. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's likely that this is gonna continue for the next 2 to 3 months, like how we are right now, because vaccine development takes such a long time. The problem that I see is like, how are we gonna go to our normal lives after this? Like, like what you
Exactly.
were just saying, like
Right.
afterwards, what's gonna happen? Like, I don't think I can just like go back to normal life, like just pretend like it didn't happen, you know?
Right. There's still that recovery period.
Yeah.
And
it's
that's gonna be a
weird
while.
because like people are still gonna have the virus afterwards, and you're gonna have to be careful still. But like, it's just gonna be weird socially getting back into the swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah.
And like all the people I messaged that I was like, "Yo, the world's ending. Yo, what's up?" I'm gonna have to just be like, "Wait, the world's not ending." Like, bro, just pretend I didn't message you. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. Cause like, right now we're in a kind of like a set myopia. Like our visions of the future have really been like narrowed down to the next however long. And it makes us really hard. It makes it really hard for us to plan beyond this next several phase of the coronavirus, because that's all we're worried. Like survival is what we're worrying about right now. You know, that's the main thing that's on our minds. But then, which makes it so we're all thinking about fucking toilet paper, thinking about next meal, we're thinking about what to buy from the store, thinking about what we're gonna do for the day. You know, how I'm gonna keep myself distracted, busy, not go crazy. That's how like short-sighted we are right now, and it's being enforced because of this virus. So when are we gonna go back to thinking about long-term stuff? Like I know for me personally, like it's really hard for me to imagine what's gonna happen. Like I don't know. It's just like it feels like I've been like blindfolded in a certain sense. Like I don't know if I can see past a certain degree into the future. I don't know if I can afford to focus on something in the future without this being gone. You know?
Yeah, to add on to that, it's like uncertainty. Like we don't know what's gonna happen. How long is it gonna pan out? When exactly? Like the timeline's like all messed up. It could be any. I mean, we could have a general idea, but we don't know exactly how it pan out. Versus like before all this, right? We just knew life was normal. It was fine. We had our own individual. But just because of this, there's so much uncertainty. Like, what's happening after the virus? Like, what am I gonna outlook on life? What am I gonna do? What about all the stuff around us, right? There's so much ever-changing things that are happening still as we speak. Like, it's always constantly changing. There's nothing static in this sense. So it's like, what do I think in this like kind of moment, and like, how do I look ahead? You know?
Exactly. Yeah, because we're gonna have to change our lifestyle so drastically. I mean, like, yeah, like I go to the gym, but then since the gym's closed, I guess I'm gonna try to start running now. But like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna start running, and then what? When it's gone, what am I gonna do? Right?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like exercise at home. You gotta adapt in those situations.
Yeah.
Like we've had weights sitting in our garage for the past 10 years that we just busted out because like can't go to the gym anymore.
Yeah, you're busting out on your like fives, like oh shit.
Hey man, there's like a set of them. Okay, chill. There's like a set.
Yeah, but that's gonna be just interesting, but also like it's hard to think about now. Exactly, but like I feel like for now, at least for me, right now as we're talking about going back into things, it's hard for me to imagine what that's gonna be like.
Yeah, what going back into it means.
It's hard for me to like accept the reality of our current situation, but also to look forward to the future when I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, you know, like
Alright, any cancellations or suspensions that disappointed you guys? Example, sports events canceled.
Oh, hell yeah.
conventions canceled, stores closed. I mean, that goes without saying. Like, yeah, I'm disappointed over a lot of things. But I think it's unproductive to be disappointed and stay disappointed because they're like people's weddings that got canceled, and obviously, like, it's not like that deep for me. Like, okay, E3 got canceled. I was going to E3, it got canceled. Whatever. Like, Comic-Con and Anime Expo are coming up. Those are probably going to get canceled. Whatever. And then like my brother was actually really sad. He was going to a Lakers game, and the day before the game, the NBA actually announced that they were suspending all the games, and he was already staying in LA. So like it was a lot worse for him, who's just like devastated because he was looking forward to going to this game. But yeah, I mean it goes without saying, just like staying disappointed, it just won't help us, I guess. Like, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, at least for initial reaction, of course we're going to be disappointed. Like, damn, like, that sucks. But unfortunately, we just have to face it, and that's it, right? But, like, again, like, all these, not only, like, that, but, like, even, like, businesses are getting closed. That's so sad. I'm trying to think what else. And then we talked about this earlier, right? They have to cancel like commencements and like graduation things, like all these big events that like have community like now just separated, and it's just, of course, initial reaction is disappointment or like shock and awe, but unfortunately we have to.
It runs deeper for other people than it does for us. Like we're college
Yes.
students, like whatever. If stuff gets canceled, we can adapt. But then people who are graduating, like I feel bad for the seniors in high school because like they're not going to go to their senior prom. They're not going to go to graduation.
Exactly.
Like it sucks for them because
That's
I remember
like-
doing that. And I
that's
was
like such a
yo,
memorable
this is
moment in your
so
lives, right?
fun.
Senior prom is overrated.
Yeah,
Okay.
Depends. I mean,
it depends.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Alex.
But I think definitely there are a lot of disappointments. You know, like there's this artist that I really like that had what's it called, like a concert coming up in SF that I got tickets to see literally last year, and it was gonna be March 27th, and she was already on tour, but unfortunately she had to cancel that. But honestly, though, in the grand theme of things, these are not getting. I guess it's
you know, what's up,
it's
Phil?
not ultimately nothing's getting canceled. It's all delayed, which is I think
Really?
it's better for the long run. Just in which case, like I don't know. I feel like everything is gonna have to run its course, you know. But it's not like she's never going on tour again. That was her last chance. So I know there will be a time where I will get to see her again. So
Elohim.
yeah, Elohim. Do you want to move the thing up a little bit?
Cleo, you want to mute me in Discord?
How are we gonna hear you? Or
You can hear me out of the phone.
okay, yeah, do that.
You can volume up on the phone.
All right, mute your Discord. What up, guys?
Yeah.
So
There we
now
go.
I won't quadruple echo.
It's coming from there. That's why.
Yeah. Hello.
Mute the desktop. Desktop. There you go. Talk.
Hello?
No.
Hi.
I just,
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Hold up.
Scuff. Hold up. We're fixing it.
let me just put down the scene. And I mute Rayan in general.
Oh, but stream can still hear me, right?
There you go.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, but like, yeah.
Yeah, you should be good. You should be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Oh, leak, guys. Leak. Yo, leak. Leak. Okay.
Leaks, guys. Yo, you guys saw that? Nah, that's so fuck. Yeah, but I think that's some stuff that we're gonna have to deal with, right? Again, we have. This is for all of us, which is the thing, right? Which is why I don't feel too bad about it. It's not like, oh, specifically it got canceled for me.
Mhm.
It's like, no, it happened to everyone, you know. So it's whatever, and it's just an experience that we have to go through, I guess. So that's unlucky.
Yeah. Inevitable.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about.
Wait, I want to talk about like what do you guys think about like the whole like I guess xenophobia thing, you know,
Oh,
right?
shit.
That's definitely present, and we can't argue
Anybody that's like racist towards Chinese people over this is an idiot.
that.
Like that's as simple as that. Because especially Trump, he called it a Chinese virus. But like what? Like what?
Facts.
What?
Elliot's in chat.
Like you don't talk about the Europeans like, hey man, you guys spread the bubonic plague. You guys like gave us pneumonia and the Spanish flu. Like, you know,
Hey, Brian.
like we don't say stuff like that. But then all of a sudden it's like Chinese virus. Why is it a Chinese virus?
Mhm.
This is like the narrative of the West, though. The West is
Yeah.
always trying to put down China. Like that's literally
Yeah, they
all it
use
is.
They use that term
That's true.
Orientals. That's literally just to separate the two, the East and the West.
Yeah. No, but that's the problem, especially now.
I mean, they do make a point though, right?
What?
Literally,
It's
they
called the
have
Spanish flu.
Yeah.
I think it's the context. It's, I mean,
No, but I'm saying like, I think Spanish flu, were like in the context, it's just like I don't know what the Spanish flu actually is, right? Like I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie,
but
I
that's-
don't know what the fuck that is.
It's called the Spanish flu because the Spaniards spread it on purpose.
Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of these diseases were spread on purpose by Europeans.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm saying, but in general, the fact is that this just gives the world another chance, well, the West, another chance to shit on China, which, I mean, like, China is not, has a lot of problems, right? Like, they have a lot of, like, ethical stuff that's, like, going on, but, I think a lot of it has been magnified by propaganda of the West, just so that they can keep China under control to a certain extent. It's like political control. So to have that anti-narrative where it's us, well, it's like Chinese, like the Asians versus the white people, when it's, you know, like that's kind of the narrative. You know, you want people to hate China so they can't sympathize with them. That way they cannot like yeah, I mean whatever, right? So it's like it's because people don't want China to, well, not people, like America wants to be number one, and if China can compete with them on that, they're gonna try and put them down, obviously. So by doing that, they have to create like a narrative that's, oh, China is the enemy, you know, fuck China. We're gonna handicap them at every turn because we want to be number one. We want to have all the best stuff in the world because we are America, world cop. Yeah, you know, like that's the narrative, and I think that's really fucked up. And China did lie. I'm not sure about the facts there, all right? But they probably did. I'm saying that's not, like, as I said, China's not like flawless. But what I'm saying, I'm highlighting the fact that the Western narrative that creates a rift between the Chinese government. Well, like they're saying that everyone in China supports the Chinese government, and everything is like, oh, like this and that, you know, fuck Chinese people in general. And because like China's growing quick, China's rising to the top, you know, and it's like this is the attempt of, I mean, what's it called? Yeah, it's what's Marx's like lower class proletarians? No.
Some countries and cultures are better than others. China lied, people died. Communism has killed more people in the world than anything. I mean, I would say that war has killed more people than anything.
I would say death has killed more people than anything in this world.
I'd say the bubonic plague killed a lot of people.
Do you
actually know where the bubonic plague originated? China. Isn't that crazy? It originated in China, but nobody talks about that. I wonder why.
China's trying to kill them all, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, my dad was in charge of making the bubonic plague. Like,
your dad was not around in that
dude,
time.
you don't know that? You don't know who my dad is? Shut up. Yeah. No, but I'm saying, so Elliot's point right here is that some cultures are better than others, and China lied. But I don't know how that has anything to do with, oh no, like, I don't know how China lying, like the government lying, has anything to do with the culture. Who's Elliot?
Literally has
Who's
nothing to do with the culture.
Bro, who the fuck is that? Yeah, oh, so I'm sorry, XD McMoisty in chat's talking about how some cultures are better. I don't think there's a culture that's better than others. It's just different cultures. Like, there's no better culture or not.
Brazil is better, but that's another topic.
Yeah. And communism has killed a lot of people, but I think it stems from a place of like wanting to be better, right? It's just a shame that it's being exploited right now because China is not communist. If you know China, China's capitalist as fuck. Like, the top exploits everyone else, right? That's how it is. But they want to put it off as communism. Communism is not the problem. Human greed is the problem. People want more money to get more things, to, you know, do what the fuck they can, right?
Culture like wet markers, hygiene standards, and eating.
What's wet markers?
I have no idea what wet markers is.
Hygiene standards.
Like, that's such
Wet
a foreign
markers.
concept.
And also, what do you mean by
guess-
hygiene standards?
I think they mean like people taking it seriously, wearing masks. I think that's what he means. I could see that point.
Oh,
but like,
oh, okay. Yeah, but that's not the Chinese culture. That's maybe the culture of that part of China. You know, that's like a localized place. In Beijing, we don't eat those things. Every place has different cultures. And sure, some places like eat weird stuff. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of places in Europe that eats weird shit that's like different. But that's how culture works. You know, that's the whole thing with culture. It's different across everything. And if that's normalized, because that's normal in their eyes, and that's all they've known, right? So then, if that's not normal to you, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's different. Wouldn't that be the case of culture in anything?
yeah, I think
XD McMoisty.
I think what McMoisty here is saying, it's like there's definitely certain situations where it's not good, but like you could also say the same for any other cultures. Like if you put them in a certain situation, yeah, that's gonna be better. But like I think overall, like culture is culture. Like you just do you. People don't know better.
There's no best, you know. Sure, in this case, right?
Yes.
If a disease originated from this, that's unfortunate that everyone else had to suffer for it, you know. But it wasn't a foreseen circumstance, right? Like it wasn't people tried to do that.
And people have been doing this for years and
Yeah.
like centuries, right? It's not like people just started doing this and then they had intentions to spread it.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate
Also,
like
what's
luck.
the weirdest part about it is that like coronavirus has existed for a long time. This is just a different mutation of the same strain.
Yeah.
So like it's been around.
It's
It's
a
in
mutation,
our
yeah.
textbooks. It's been there for a while. It just mutated. Like COVID-19 is unique to this situation.
Yeah. So yeah, like XD McMoisey, I'm loving your replies in chat. Thank you for interacting. Yeah, but I guess we can like agree to disagree on this, right? So culture is culture. I think, especially in a country like America, where the culture is very homogenous. Like, yeah, it's a pretty homogenous culture here in the U.S. I think, of like white culture, like standardized. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think that's the case, right? You guys are more likely to have just like lower tolerance, I guess, for other cultures in that respect. Because I think, well, as a Chinese person, China has like 50 races from north to south. You're gonna have different types of cuisine, different types of people, different races of people. Like we have Mongolians in China, and then like we have also Muslims. You know, like we have different types of people. We have Han, which is what I am. I am of the Han race, right?
Like from Mulan, the Hans?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, so then you have the Manchurians. You know, it's all different. Like
They make good chicken.
yo, yeah, you know General Tso, that guy's pretty fire, bro.
General
So
Tso's
he's
chicken,
so fire.
Manchurian chicken.
How are the Uyghurs Muslims doing?
They're not doing great.
That's a good question.
They're not doing so
I don't think they're doing that great, but also I think the point, like I feel like the information you would receive in the U.S. is very one-sided. Again, from the from the Western perspective, which is biased.
So I just watched a documentary on this. There's like a YouTube documentary called like persecution of the Uyghur Muslims in depth or something like that. And basically there's a bunch of these guys that go and try and get into one of these concentration camps, and they're refused over and over access to even like record outside of it. And like these like officials are like coming out and like screaming at them and yelling at them to get out of there. And then eventually they talk to one of like the former Uyghur Muslims that was in one of the camps, and they were asking him like what it was like, and he said like there's not a lot of like forced torture or like brutal torture, but there's so much psychological trauma that they undergo because they are basically being brainwashed to leave behind what they believed before. Like they're being forced to eat pork, and like if they refuse to eat pork, they'll have pork slipped into their food and then be informed about it later. You know? Like, it's just like there's so much psychological warfare that's going on inside of those camps that it's not as brutal as people are, I guess, saying it to be, but it's like very emotionally heavy and like very psychologically heavy.
Yeah.
To that extent, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
I think that's
it's-
so interesting.
Yeah, like they're not being beaten or tortured or like stabbed or anything, but they're being like tortured in the sense where they have to do things that go against
Yeah.
Like a different
Go
tactic
against their will.
of torture.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So I guess that's the other side of the coin, right? I feel like you just pointed it out. So I feel like the West wants you to believe that they're rounding them up, putting them in concentration camps like Hitler did, and then like gassing them and like torturing them and shit like that, harvesting their organs, which I'm not saying they are not doing, because I've never been to that area. I'm basing off the like information where I had growing up in China for 11 years, and my dad who lives in China, right? So I mean, in the history, the fact that like Muslims as a race in China has a huge backstory that people don't understand. It's not that people like suddenly rounded up Uyghur Muslims and started torturing them. It's because there were terrorist attacks in China, like from like Chinese Muslims, which happened a few times. I think like right at the time I left China, it started becoming more and more frequent. People would go to like crowded train stations with machetes and start like hacking people down, and that stuff was happening. But you don't really hear about that. And like after the fact, you hear about them. I guess this is China's way of. I'm not endorsing this way, right? I'm not saying it's the correct way, but this is China's way to regulate this, like to try and prevent this. But obviously, the Chinese government, which is very corrupt, I'm not going to defend it on this. Chinese government's pretty fucked up, right? They're doing shitty things to these people, but they're trying to do this by erasing their culture through like a literal exterminate fashion, right? They're trying to destroy the culture to a point where this won't happen again, which is wrong. But also they're just like doing this to prevent. Like I guess I'm trying to say the reason behind this is because they're trying to prevent terrorist attacks again from happening. Just like in a really shitty way, I guess. Like it's not the most ideal way, and also there's the fact that Muslims, like Uyghur Muslims, they don't speak Chinese. They don't speak Mandarin. They don't speak Cantonese. They speak their own language. I don't know what it is, right? I'm guessing it's like Uyghur or something. But
Uyghurese.
yeah, so they speak their own language, which is a huge problem. Like not a huge problem, as in the sense of understanding each other. That's a huge problem. In a place where they're remote, right? They're on the, I believe it's on the western end of China. On the borders of like Kyrgyzstan or something, but they're on the edge of China. They speak a different language. They're on bordering like lands of other so they speak Uyghurs. Someone just, who the hell is this? Attractive cow. Attractive cow said they speak Uyghur. So yeah, exactly. So they speak a different language, right? Which doesn't help with understanding at all. They have different culture. Exactly. Culture is the big problem here. This is a sociological thing, right? They have different culture, they have different customs, different language to unite the people of that area. And when that culture threatens China as a whole, China's going to be worried. And they're going to want to think about, how do we fix this problem? How do we prevent this culture from being a big problem in our society, right? How do we stop this from happening? So I guess they take up an extremist measure that is rounding them up, putting them into camps, and then training them and doing these horrible things that's erasing their culture heritage. That's like carpet bombing Uyghurs, right? But with that being said, like they are trying to solve an issue for the greater unity of China. And I think this is something that people don't talk about ever, is Chinese culture as a whole. Chinese culture is very focused on unity. Asian cultures in general, if you're Asian, you would know like family is something that you've been taught growing up, right? Family is very, very important in Asian cultures in general. I mean, it more values like coherence, like group coherence rather than individuality. So you would actually be brought up on these values that like you are supposed to conform to society, right? You're supposed to be a functioning part. You're supposed to be with the people to promote harmony. Like harmony, this is a huge part, right? This is the culture that people don't talk about. People talk about like eating dogs. People talk about like Chinese New Year, but they don't talk about the values that's instilled in Asians as people. And this is a part of it. And then it comes down to everything else, right? When you're looking at a problem as a Chinese person, maybe in the Chinese government, you're a communist like cunt who's being raised on communist values, but you still value the holism of China. So how do you get rid of this problem? This is how you do it. It's not right, but who's got the right answers, right? Nobody's got the right answers, but this is definitely not the best way to go about it. But also, I think people are not educated enough on this entire matter to make like a side comment like Uyghur Muslims getting like slaughtered in China. Like that is very just unhelpful, because people don't know, people don't think about the culture, people don't think about the grand theme of things enough to make a good judgment of the situation, to make a good critique of the situation. You can say it's wrong, it's right, but ultimately it's just like, what's happening now, what are you going to do about it, right? Like, what can you do about it to better this problem, to negotiate? If you're really this passionate about solving a problem, solving a human rights issue, right? If you want to really solve this human rights issue, what are you going to do? Are you gonna go call up Xi Jinping, be like, hey man, that wasn't very cash money of you, like, can you let my brothers go, please? Or are you gonna be like, yo, fuck China. China is evil. Fuck China as a whole. China should be like canceled. All right, guys, China is canceled in my books. China's canceled. Made in China, never again. Fuck that shit. Which doesn't happen, right? Like, if you, yeah. So like, what can we do to make an impact, right? Other than educating yourself, and thinking critically about the issue, instead of following whatever crap that you read online and then spitting that shit right out just the way you ingested it. I mean, I think educating people is one of the most important things you can do to solve these kind of issues, right? If you don't ever educate, if you don't ever critically think about the information you receive, how are you ever going to be able to say something that's not complete bullshit? Yeah. That's what I think about the Uyghur Muslims, XD McMoisty. I hope that was a satisfying answer. I mean, they're not doing okay. Long story short, they're not doing okay. Yeah. All right. So, do you have anything you want to add on to that topic, or should we move on to the next one?
No, unless anyone says that's about it.
Damn, that was our first topic.
No. Actually, we're still talking about social problems. No. Business here in SF. That's a big one, actually. 'Cause yeah, I've been reading a lot of like businesses closing down. I mean, didn't you just say like Boba Guys, they might not open some of their locations?
Yeah, Boba Guys said they're closing down, and some of the locations that are here, they're gonna have to officially close down because they're losing so much money because of it. That's crazy. Like, you might not see the one on Diviz or Fillmore.
That'll be so sad.
Like, you're not gonna see those
Diviz
Boba
one?
Guys anymore. Like, it's because of the Corona, right?
They're not gonna be Boba Guys anymore. They're gonna be Boba Gone.
Wow, good one, guy. Good one.
All right.
But
get Corona.
yeah,
get Corona.
no, there's like businesses like that, and like, just not only that business, but businesses in general, like coffee shops. Like, some of them are likely to be even open, but they don't. You can't sit in.
Small business.
You can't sit in and, like, you know, have the experience of a coffee shop, stuff like that. Like, I don't know what else. Like,
Anytown is closing their downtown location as of now. I mean, I don't know for how long. Anytown's my favorite coffee shop in San Francisco. They have 4 locations, 3 in Sunset and 1 in downtown. And the downtown one's right above the Salesforce Park. It's super nice, but honestly, like, it sucks because it's a small business. They're founded here in SF. They roast their own beans right here. Their coffee is amazing, and they bake their own pastries and shit. But like, how are they going to sustain that? You know, it's just like, because they're a local business, right? What are they going to do about it? They can't upkeep this revenue, all these things.
Yeah, definitely people are doing that as an option, but like, even that's like not enough. Like, it's nice that restaurants are doing that and like trying to expand their options, but it's not enough. Like, this because the whole, like, people just trying to stay more in. It's unfortunate that's happening, and it's definitely prevalent here in SF, where a lot of these businesses are shutting more shorter hours for their business. Some of them are closing down because of it, and like, that's just in general like bad for the economy. Like, how are people gonna pay? Because they can't get money for this. How are they gonna pay for rent? How are they gonna pay for their expenses? And unless like some government intervention is gonna happen, this is just gonna keep going down and down, and that's that, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that really sucks. Like, I don't know if there's really a good solution to this right here. Yeah, because like, we see all these posts, right? Like, help my parents' business. You know, the one that went viral on Twitter. It's like Han Il Kwan. It's on like 20th and Balboa. We just rolled past it yesterday. They're offering free deliveries within inner Richmond and outer Richmond. Looks like a good place. it's probably been around for a while, but what is their saving grace, right? I mean, first of all, that place charges $30 for a fucking meal, dude. Like, but it's Korean food in SF, so I mean, yeah, like
I think
I
the
don't.
lunch special is their main thing. But
Lunch
anyways,
specials?
anyways,
Alright, I mean,
anyways, but
yeah, but it's like we can help to a certain extent, but it's not as like right now is not a time of a charity because everyone needs help. That's the baseline. I think like literally everybody needs help. Everybody has been affected negatively by this virus, except for maybe Zoom. Zoom's like making that cash money. Like Zoom, probably fucking Discord is like yeah, but without this, like everyone's getting fucked by this. So how can we help, right? Like I don't think there's a way to help this, which really sucks. And we're gonna see these brilliant and really important businesses, small like things that matter in our lives, kind of like disappear after this, which just sucks, and that is really upsetting.
Yeah.
how's it in San Diego? How's the businesses around there?
What about jalapenos, bro? Jalapenos still open?
Jalapenos is only offering takeout.
That's okay.
And I might honestly go there like right after this.
Yo.
But
Pick up
yeah,
then.
I mean stuff is closing. I mean like they're just temporarily shutting down.
But
None of it is like shutting down,
I think maybe it's because it's cheaper in San Diego to maintain this place.
Maybe.
Yeah, but because I think like in SF, like you're gonna shut, you're not gonna make enough money for like rent, maybe. You
Yeah.
know?
No, but San Diego and San Francisco is really not that big of a difference in terms of how expensive it is to have a business and live there, especially in my area. Like, you'd be surprised how close rent prices are.
Well, I mean, your house is like a mansion, so it's like.
No. I'm just saying, like, San Diego in general, because it's so close to the beach, is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like how expensive though compared to SF?
I'd say, like, 2 or 3% off of what you're paying to live in SF. Not a significant amount.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, it's really sad to see small businesses close because of something like this, because it takes so long to invest and get money together to be able to put together a business. Like my dad too, he just shut down his office the other day, and like it's not affecting him as hard, but like I think about if he lost his business, he spent 10 years working in the US to get enough money to open up his own business. So like that all going to nothing so quickly would just be mind-boggling. And there are some people that just opened up their businesses and now they have to shut them down.
Yeah. It just sucks too because it's like it's not their fault. It's like just such an indirect thing that's happening, and it's just an unfortunate event that's happening. That just sucks.
Yeah. Definitely.
How about like some of the bigger businesses? What do you think about that?
Dude,
Target's going bankrupt, guys. It's over.
so the coronavirus bill that just passed in Congress requires paid leave for companies that have under 500 employees. So then you have people that are working paycheck to paycheck at McDonald's and stuff that aren't getting paid leave who need paid leave. You know? So like big business obviously isn't going to be affected hard. It's China and it's communist dictators' fault.
McMoisty, you used the incorrect form of it's.
It is China, and it is communist.
And it is communist dictator's fault.
I thought he was trying to say, yeah, it's China and it's communist dictator's fault.
And it is also Republican.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyways.
Yeah. Let's bag on China, guys. But yeah. That kind of sucks. How about to close off this topic of coronavirus? How about we talk about where we were 10 years ago? Because we're at the start of a decade. 2020. It's pretty crazy, right? I've been almost alive on this earth for 20 years, which is a huge miracle. So, where were you guys 10 years ago when you were 10?
I was 13.
You were 13. Sorry, did anybody ask? No, okay, yeah, so what was happening when you were 13?
When I was 13, I had just moved back to Brazil from France. I started my emo phase, wearing black gloves with chains,
Gloves.
23.
Bruh.
eyeliner.
What was I?
Yeah. My Chemical Romance, which is back. So that's pretty cool.
Throwback Thursdays.
Yeah.
Today's literally Thursday, isn't it? Today's Thursday.
Putting my
TBT. Yo, Dennis. That's because Dennis, you haven't grown for 10 years, bro. What do you? You have not progressed intellectually for 10 years, bro. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kidding. Yeah, Khalil. What about you?
In 2010?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Were you? No. I think I was in elementary school. I mean, was I? 2010.
You were,
I'm trying to.
yes.
I just remember being at my local elementary school called Holomua, and but I went to that school, and actually I think that year was actually a memorable year, and that changed for me because then, so at least before 6th grade, I wasn't really like on work and like really into school, but then like because my teachers didn't really care at the time, and then when 6th grade happened, I remember my teacher was really like caring and like actually like cared. I remember one time I had to go on vacation, and then my teacher took the time out of her like spring vacation to like catch me up. Like she didn't get paid to like
Wow.
catch me up.
That's
And that-
so cute.
That really, in a sense, like inspired me, and also like to keep pushing forward, and I get to take school seriously. Like if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be home playing games or something. Like I want to take school seriously, and at least have work ethics like that, because she really inspired me to do those things. So that was me 10 years ago, in 6th grade, and that was very memorable and definitely a push for me. And I wouldn't be here without her.
Yeah.
So cute.
Oh great! Now I got Corona, guys.
So I'm reading off of the website of census.gov, and in 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake hits Tahiti. No, not Haiti. Haiti?
Haiti.
Tahiti and Haiti.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Also, in 2010, Apple Computer unveils the iPad. Whoa.
Whoa.
That was 10 years ago. I felt like it felt like longer or like sooner. I don't know. I remember when I had my first iPad. That shit was like actually a
Bethesda.
cut the rope, Angry
Bethesda.
Bird, dude. Like what else? Tap Revenge,
Doodle jump.
huh? Doodle Jump, yo.
Doodle jump.
The old YouTube icon with the little TV.
Old YouTube icon.
It was like with a little TV,
Yeah.
brown TV. Oh,
That was some
God.
crazy shit. Also, Time Magazine announces Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg as its 2010 Person of the Year. That's crazy. 2010's Person of the Year was Mark Zuckerberg. Think about that, guys. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook was what? Dude, does anyone still use Facebook? I feel like people in Australia still use it, but
Yeah.
People in Brazil spend their lives on Facebook still.
I just use it for subtle Asian traits.
I just use
that's
it.
true. That's true.
That's only. I don't use it for anything else. I don't post. I'm literally just there to tag my friends, just like in memes or something. That's
Yeah.
it.
So you use it if you tag people on memes on Facebook. You use Facebook.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't use it as like I guess
Facebook.
as like like Instagram or like
Yeah.
like I don't post my pictures on there anymore. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't use it as the main tool to like post stuff. Exactly, right? I only use it for Messenger and school announcement. That's I don't know about school announcement. I use it for Messenger too. That's about it.
hmm I think 2010 I just started learning English seriously because I moved. I left my like Chinese primary school when I was 9. So when I was 10, I was just into my international school education. I went to this international school called Dulwich College Beijing, and yeah, it was a fun time. I mean, all my teachers were British. I remember there was like Queen's birthday where we had a cake that was literally like a giant English flag, as well as fish and chips was special that day. Interesting times. And yeah, back then being a fucking 10-year-old, Jesus Christ. That life seems so long ago. Like I was living in Beijing, in this apartment that I've lived in my entire life, and we would commute to school, which is on the edge of Beijing near the airport, every morning. It's like an hour drive. But yeah, like, shit was crazy. That's so funny how like life like snaps like that and you end up like in a complete different place with something you would never imagine, right? Like, so I mean, yeah, like we are 10 years in. Would you say your lives are better than when you were 10 years ago? I would say it is better.
100%.
Yeah. What about you, Cleo?
I'd say, I mean, change. If you don't like change, then of course it'd be pretty shitty.
Uh-huh.
But I'd say it was good. I mean, definitely a lot of changes.
Winnie the Pooh would cause so much damage to the world.
I'd definitely say it was a
Boise's gonna go on and work for the...
my
It's what do I?
no my 10-year-old or like 10 years from now would not be thinking I'd be here. I mean, it's crazy
Yeah.
how time has fly by real quick.
Rayan, what about you?
I mean, it's changed for the better. I mean, I can't say for sure it's better or not, but like getting older is inevitable, and growing up is inevitable. So like, I mean, I'm in a place where like little me would look at me now and be like, "Wow, you're so cool," you know. But then I look back at me back then, and I'd be like, "Damn, that life was so much easier then."
Would little you look at you and think that that's how they expected you to be at that age?
That's a good question.
No, not at all. I thought I would have my life figured out by now. I thought I'd be famous by now.
Yeah, I probably thought I'd be like happily ever after, something like that. Yeah,
By
but
20?
yeah, duh, 18.
What?
I don't know.
I think I expected myself to be at USF. I was probably gonna be at UH, University of Hawaii.
Yeah, I figured. University of Hurricane.
Yeah, bro. This is cool. Their logo's a hurricane.
Oh,
And that's Michael's school, Miranda.
nice. Wow. Yeah.
10 years ago. Yo.
You were 10 years ago? 16.
Attractive cow.
Wait, Attractive Cow. Do you go to USF?
If they're 16, then no, they're not. In
No,
college
actually,
yet.
you're absolutely right. How did you find the stream?
Just chatting.
Somebody
Chuck
get this guy out of the chat.
Pepperoni.
Yeah,
Who is
Attractive
that?
Cow. How did you find our stream? Memistry plugged it. Yo, Memistry plug.
Let's
yeah.
go, Meme Mystery.
Nice. You were
Wait.
10 years ago. That's crazy.
Where did I plug it? Wait, who's Attractive Cow?
I don't know. He's an attractive cow. I mean,
Cow
Oh,
6.
Cow 69. Yo, you remember Cow 69?
wait.
we queued against him.
Oh!
The other day in Overwatch.
Oh, this was the guy that was. Yo, he's tuning in. That's so funny.
Cow
What's up, Cow 69? Yo, don't worry. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I am like,
He was the
you
ball
got.
that you kept trying to kill.
That's so funny, bro.
Cow 69.
Yo, that's so cool. No, like, I mean, I'm a huge tryhard. I played Overwatch for like thousands of hours, so don't feel bad. You're getting there, you know. Doesn't matter. And Memistry here just likes to talk shit, so it's like, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
human. We're human, guys.
We don't take it. You checked out your. Yeah, I'm a huge tryhard. I used to play this game a lot. Oh shit! Thanks for following. That's so funny. Yeah, we all go to the University of San Francisco. And Rayan, aka Memistry here, he goes to SDSU. So yeah, we're just hanging out.
Where are you from, Cal?
It's from the Meadows.
This guy's Chinese too. Yo, let's go. This guy's Chinese. Let's go.
Let's
He
plug-
just said, "I'm Chinese too." Wow, what a legend!
Living in
What a
LA.
legend!
Nah, bro, he
Yo,
said
fella.
Bing Shang, Qin Qi Lai Bo.
You only read pinyin. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I grew up in Beijing, so it's like, I read Chinese. It's different. That's so cool. That's
Yeah,
so funny though.
I know some
Wow.
Chinese too.
操你妈傻逼.
Yo, you said it before me.
Yeah, because I know that's the only thing you know.
Oh,
Your mom's
shit.
from Beijing? Hey, nice. That's so cool. Wow, it's funny. The stream's reaching worldwide audience, I'm telling you. Oh! No!
No, we lost you.
Memistry just... What? No, Memistry DC'd!
No.
Unmute him.
I've unmuted. Hold up. I can't even unmute him right now without changing. Hold up. Changing my scene for a second.
Hold up, guys.
Yo, what's up, Rayan?
It just died.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, well, unlucky for the...
Alright, back onto the
Hold up.
stream here. Alright, we're coming back. Bam, and we're back.
Okay, so
Yeah.
guess we're moving on to the next.
No, I mean, let's talk about where, how does the future look, right? So,
Let's change our title.
okay,
We're not-
let's talk about
Included it. You have to click on the...
properties, decades, and decades.
This lighting though.
Yeah. So I mean, 10 years. Yeah, it's been a while. 10 years for us, but 4 years of Trump. So pretty good. This guy's actually a troll. Who let this guy in this chat, right? XT McMoisty. This is the alter ego of Elliot, literally.
This guy is more brain dead than the original.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah.
Okay. So
But yeah,
that's-
I know, like future, right? In 10 years, I'm gonna be 30 years old. Where do you guys see yourselves in 10 years?
In your apartment.
Not gonna happen, but yeah, you can keep dreaming. What's gonna happen in 10 years, guys? Where will you be in life? What are your
What about you,
fundam-
Ram?
Probably
Let's start
pregnant.
off with you.
Yeah.
Power.
Okay, Annie, you're gonna be pregnant.
I'm hoping to have
Pepe
kids
hands.
at 30. Yeah.
No,
Kids at
homeowners.
30.
10
That's a good
years?
plan.
No.
Oh wait, 10 years I'll be 33. I
In
keep
10
thinking-
years, I will be 29 years old. At 29,
times.
hopefully, I would like to have a job in either government or in film. Working in either Hollywood or New York City. I don't know. Doing whatever. Because, like, I feel like I have so much potential to take acting somewhere, but I also, like, don't have the time to dedicate to it. You know
Wow,
what
we
I'm
have
saying?
so much in common.
So I feel like I could have made something out of it if I had started sooner, but I didn't. That's always something that I can go back to. So, like, I don't know. Ideally, in 10 years, I would be super rich and famous, you know, living in LA, working hopefully for, like, some big environmental company in my free time, like, new
Yikes. Wait, isn't he still gonna be in jail?
Yikes.
It's time.
Isn't he still gonna be in jail? He's talking
Yeah,
about Weinstein.
Ideally, that's where I would be in 10 years. I don't want to be married or anything by 29. 33, 34 at the earliest.
Yeah.
Unless I find, you know, someone that's cool like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alex and I would probably be living together.
Yeah, we'd be sleeping in the same bed like all the time. It's whatever. It's whatever. But yeah, Cleo, what about you? 10 years.
Honestly, I don't really know because I'm taking computer science, but I'm still unsure what I want to do. I mean, realistically, right? I mean, have a job. That's everyone's goal, right? I hope that's everyone's goal.
Yeah.
I don't know where though. Like, I mean, I definitely plan to either go to Texas or like Seattle. Definitely, I won't.
Texas?
Texas?
Yeah, in
Texas?
Austin. Austin. I mean, because there's big tech companies there.
But
Why
you're in
not
the Bay.
San Francisco?
Yeah,
It's expensive.
fair enough.
But don't you want to be working for Twitch?
I mean, I could also remotely work. I mean, that's an option.
But have you seen Twitch headquarters?
I mean, if anything, right, I'd be around the Bay. I wouldn't live in San Francisco.
Seriously.
Like, I would, but I think
Not
realistically,
realistically, yeah.
I mean, maybe
Well,
as a
that's
computer
66
scientist, maybe
grand,
as a
so-
computer scientist, yes, but like, it's just so expensive to live here. It's not as much as I would like to, but I see myself as going either to those places because they're also big tech companies there.
What about like family wise?
Family, like, what do you mean?
Like, are you gonna be married? Are you gonna have kids?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really think about that.
I guess
often.
it's not thinking about it. Like, but
It's-
we're okay.
It's such a useless process talking about the future, in my opinion, because you literally never know what's gonna happen in 10 years. And
like I say, I want to have a baby by 30, but who the fuck knows when I'm gonna get pregnant? Who the fuck knows if I can even get pregnant? I want to be rich by the time I'm 30. Who the fuck knows if I'm even gonna graduate and get a job? You know what I mean? Literally anything could happen. What if Corona wipes us all out?
Yeah, but it's nice to.
It's
dream.
nice to have like a little guideline to what you're aiming for versus like, I'm in
Yeah.
the dark.
And
Where am I
it's
going?
nice to imagine.
Think
you
about
know?
the present. Where are you
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, but
That
that's
that
like,
doesn't excuse the fact that you can think about the future and have a goal and have some sort
I'm
of
just
plan
saying.
in
I'm
mind.
just saying. Whatever we say now is probably not what's going to be happening in 10
Right,
years.
That-
and
that-
I'm
that
pretty
doesn't-
sure the same 6-year-old self was telling you the same thing. Like, I'm gonna be a firefighter when I grow up. Things change,
Yo,
of course things
look
My
at
change.
dumbass
now-
thought I could become president. I was unborn here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean things will change, but I mean it's nice to have something in mind.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you cannot make a
And-
plan. It doesn't mean it's useless.
Bro,
Because-
in kindergarten, on our yearbooks, we had to write like future profession that we wanted, and I wrote house builder on mine.
Bro,
Yo,
you wrote that shit?
Four house.
For me, our graduation, we have to go up onto the stage and talk about what we're gonna be.
Oh shit, Mr. McMoisty.
XD McMoisty is such a legend. But yeah, in my kindergarten, I walked up to the stage and I said, I want to be a CEO, and I walked off. In kindergarten, because my dad was a CEO, I was like, I want to be a CEO.
Wow.
Fuck this shit. Everybody's like, I want to be a fucking chef. I want to be a policeman. I'm like, I want to be a CEO.
Should be fun.
I'm out of here. Yeah.
CEO
CEO
simp.
of being the CEO.
Exactly, right? It's like, I don't even know what the fuck a CEO is, but I wanted to be a CEO. But yeah, so it's like, no, Annie, I agree with you, right? Who knows what's going to happen in 10 years, but doesn't mean you shouldn't have hope or, like, think about it, you know? Because it's important to think into the future. It's important. We as human beings are future-oriented, regardless of what you say. We always think about what our next meal is going to be. We always prepare, right?
Do we?
Yeah, you brought your food today, didn't you? You didn't come here without no food. That's you preparing. Yeah? You brought your food. You brought a whole
But
Tupperware
that's
of
the
pasta.
close future. That's not 10 years.
That's still
from now.
future. Regardless, I'm talking about our human instincts of being prepared, of trying to be prepared.
I mean,
You know?
different people have different reaches to how far they want to look
Yeah.
in the future.
But intrinsically, we have the drive to prepare for the future, to survive, right? So, and this is fun to talk about. You know, like who knows what's gonna happen? But it's nice to imagine, and what if, right? Like there's always that what if factor. If you don't like the dream, then life's gonna be very like stationary, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, hopefully in 10 years I will have graduated from grad school with a degree, something related to psychology. Hopefully, maybe not, maybe something with business. But then I don't know. 10 years. I mean, since my birthday is coming up, I'm gonna be 30. Then hopefully, I will have a solid foundation to start a family, because I think that will be the correct time to start thinking about that stuff. And hopefully, the world hasn't trampled my heart enough times that makes me want to give up by then. But 10 years is a long time, and the more I live the lifestyle I live now, the more prone to hurt I am, I think. So who knows what's gonna happen, right? And oh well, it can all be fun. I hope it is. Yeah, 10 years. Hopefully this recording will be around in 10 years. Hopefully YouTube hasn't shut down, because I'm gonna upload this shit to YouTube. YouTube's not like infected by the corona and then like dies in 2020, and then yeah, so then we can watch back on this exact VOD 10 years later in like VR or some shit, and see what the fuck is going on, right? Like as dear friend Cal69 said in chat, like maybe we're all gonna be homeless, maybe something's gonna happen, but who knows?
Cal69's honestly
No.
spitting the most
No
fact.
thuggeroni.
Yeah, Cal69.
No
solid.
thuggeroni.
No, Young Thuggeroni. If it's not allowed in Rayon's chat, it's not allowed here. Unless it's allowed there, it's not allowed here either. Live in the free world. Yeah. Yo. This is coming from the only guy that I know that said the N-word just like for no reason.
He got it for $1. What do you mean?
Yo, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Oh god, yeah. I'm fucking
Okay.
No, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Alright. Yeah, so I guess that's the end to our decades. How about actually, should we talk about society? What do you guys think will happen?
I was thinking of referring to I guess the post Corona. That's something
Okay.
I was thinking, but we kind of
Well, we already
discussed
covered-
that. Yeah, exactly.
that.
So we
Yeah.
can just move on.
Okay. But alright, let's talk about the next topic, which has been requested by one Instagram follower named Catherine. So, cooking. Let's talk about cooking, which is gonna be pretty essential in
Alright, this is the topic where I just AFK.
because you never cooked a meal in your life, and you say the
Pretty
ones
fun.
you cooked fire is just like shit. Yeah. So, anybody here like to cook?
I like to cook, but it takes so much time.
Yeah, it does.
That's the problem. Like, it's fun. I mean, it's more rewarding, but it takes so much time.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are so stupid.
Yo, I was gonna say that, Cow, but I didn't because I was like, I don't know how
Methylamine.
serious this conversation
Methylamine.
is.
But yeah, no, I would definitely cook more. But just at least now I have a lot of time and I can do that. But at least during school, it just gets so busy, and that's why I guess we tend to go buy food. It's easier and fast.
Yeah.
Yo, Rich, what's up? Yeah,
Ugh.
true.
Yeah, I mean, cooking is very interesting though. Cooking's always been super important to me because I grew up in the kitchen next to my grandpa who cooked every night, and I would always go in there and watch him cook, and I'd peel the garlic for him, and just wait and watch him cook, then wash the dishes and hang out and stuff. So I've always was very interested in cooking, and since my parents were really busy, I cooked for myself a lot. And I guess my favorite dish to cook. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. That's a thing, right? Like cooking, it's like a skill that's passed down too, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Although I don't really know how to cook Chinese food that well.
Is anyone else imagining little Alex in the kitchen cutting garlic?
I don't even cut it. Actually, no, I do. I cut the end off and then I just peel it and I put it in this jar and I keep on doing it for like 2 or 3 cloves. It takes a long time, but it's fun.
Yeah, I think also cooking just helps, I guess, connect you culturally, I guess.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
also with your family and cooking in general, right? It's not only just the food, but
It's very rewarding cooking for someone that's important to you.
for
and
someone
having
or
them
even
enjoy
helping
it.
them, right? It's a good way to connect you. I mean, I'm pretty sure when I was small, I just remember my parents always cooking. I don't even know what the food was even called, but I just remember helping them cook sometimes. And yeah, bro. But just the process of it, learning, and it's it connects you more. I feel like it's another medium to connect with, whoever you're cooking with. Even I'm guessing in Chinese culture, right? Dumpling making.
Dumplings, yeah.
Definitely, I'm there's a Disney short on this. It's
That is the cutest
right.
short
That's how
story.
they connected, through dumplings. Despite how
I cried.
I forgot the whole film, even though it was short. I forgot, but
I remember it. Do you want me to say it?
yeah, it was the son was she made the dumpling, and that was the
She
son,
made the
right?
dumpling, yeah, which was the son, and it's just I think that was Disney's showing of her making a baby and raising it and it always being there for her, and you take so much care of,
And then she ate it.
and then well,
It's true.
that did happen.
She did.
But
Wow. Yeah,
And
that's what it
then,
was called. Maybe
you know, life happens and people grow and things change, and if you love something you gotta let it go, but she just couldn't, so she ate the dumpling.
Yeah.
But that was all just in her head.
People have different ways of cooking too. It's a tradition. You know,
Yeah.
that's another form of sustaining a culture in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think cooking especially, it's just it's very relaxing to do, and it's just super fun. my favorite dish to cook is steak, and I have a lot of I had a lot of practice in Australia because meat's cheaper. So
Yeah, she ate the sun. The sun that's in the sky. She ate the sun in the sky, guys.
Yeah, but my favorite recipe is based off of Gordon Ramsay's version, and I've experimented a lot with this recipe. It works pretty well in most situations, and generally I would go for ribeye or New York strip, depending on which one I'm feeling more. Most of the times I lean towards a ribeye because I don't like the fat cap of the New York strip that much. It's just kind of hard to make it really good. So the most common way, maybe for you,
I don't mind some fat with
McMoisty.
my meat.
Yeah, so I would usually season it like an hour or so beforehand, and I'll leave it outside for a while so it gets its room temperature, and I will pat it dry with a paper towel because the salt will draw the moisture in the meat, so it has a harder sear. So I'll always season it beforehand. And then, obviously you got to get the pan really hot. Then you put some oil in there. I cut up some garlic, and I get ready thyme and rosemary. Those are the 2 herbs I use. So garlic, thyme, and rosemary are the 3 things, like herbs-wise, that I use. So get some olive oil, heat that shit up really hot. Make sure it's like sizzling, like super hot. Then you lay down the steak away from you into the oil. But make sure you lay it down away, because I always saw that in
love
videos.
the burn.
Lay it
never-
down and put some oil on it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Continue.
But yeah, cause what do you mean? Why would I not use olive oil? Olive oil is so accessible. But yeah, if you don't lay it down, you'll have a burn like this one right here that doesn't ever go away because I laid the steak towards me, and it was so painful. And this was like 3-4 years ago. Yeah, that's definitely something you gotta be careful of, and it's a really easy step to miss. So lay it away from you. Make sure the whole steak is in contact with the pan. Press it down a little. Make sure it sears hard, and then wait like a minute or 2 before. I mean, I think olive oil's smoking temperature is also it's pretty high already. I mean, I'm not using like canola oil. I mean, I guess you could use like avocado oil or something, but I'm not that try hard about it. And this works for me, so it's whatever. Yeah. So then once your steak has a good sear on it, make sure you don't move it around too often, so it has to build up that crust, which is flavor, right? And then you flip it then, and when I flip it, I usually add butter, but then I add at the same time the rosemary and thyme. But actually, I would have added the garlic earlier when before I put in the steak. So then the
Continue, sorry.
Someone get her off.
Unnecessary.
so funny. Yeah. And then I'll put in the herbs and get the butter to infuse with the herbs. Then I would baste it over the steak until it's done. But then here's two tricks. One is microwaving your pan, your plate that you're gonna use to put the steak onto, because the problem is a lot of times when you take your steak out of your pan, right, and you put it onto a plate, it will cool down too quickly. So then it doesn't actually rest well. So if you microwave it for like a minute or so, the plate itself will become hot, but it wouldn't cook the steak anymore. But that just retains the temperature for when you eat it and you want to rest the steak. Yeah, microwave the foil. Exactly. Yeah, but that's how I would cook steak. As requested by one Catherine in Instagram. Yeah, okay. Anyone else got some recipes to share for favorite dishes?
Hey, bro, I make a mean cup.
You make a what?
Cup of
A
noodles.
mean cup noodles.
Oh fuck yeah! How do you do it?
Baddest. All right. So instead of putting water in the cup and then microwaving it, you kettle cook the water. Put water in a kettle, boil it.
Cook the water.
Get the
Cook
noodles
the water,
ready. I
guys.
usually don't eat the vegetables, so I take the vegetables out.
You pick it out
Okay.
the packet.
Yeah, because they're like crusty vegetables anyway. And then I cut up.
They're
green
dried, bro. What do you mean?
I cut up green onions, like fresh green onions. I crack an egg, cook an egg. Within the same, after cooking the egg, I take the egg out. Within the same pot, I put soy sauce, put the green onions, saute the green onions in soy sauce, and then put the water in the noodles, let the noodles sit for a little bit, and then pour out the noodle water because it's really bad for you.
Oh,
And then
close.
in a bowl, noodles on the bottom, egg on the side, green onions on top, and then chili flakes all over.
Sounds kind of fire.
Oh, it's so good.
This is why your brain cells count so low, because you always eat that shit. It sounds pretty good though.
I literally have made it like twice.
Hmm.
I don't cook. I don't cook.
Yeah, nice.
I just have servants.
Same.
What about the food they make? What kind of food do they? I mean, is there anything like I guess special to you?
Okay, so like Pakistani
Popeyes,
food, like,
Popeyes order from
have you ever had
the
Logan? You've
vicinity
had
of
Lahore
Popeyes.
Karai, bro, yeah?
Lahore
Yeah.
Karai.
Yeah.
So basically the food I eat
Lahore
every
eats Lahore
day is like 5 or 6 times better than Lahore Karai.
Mhm.
Like I eat that food almost every day, but like it's better because it's homemade. Like my mom is a sick cook and she can cook literally anything, which is crazy because I mean she literally went to school for maintaining a household.
I thought
So
she-
they taught her how to cook, how to sew, how to like do laundry
Here?
and iron clothes and like
No,
all
definitely
this
not
stuff.
here.
Yeah, so she was like home economics in Pakistan.
Oh,
and she got her education over there, and then like came over to the States with my after she met my dad, and then like they got married and stuff. And then they moved to the States, and then she's had like small jobs like working like TA or like substitute teacher or like receptionist, but she's been at home so much that she's just been experimenting with cooking her entire life. So this lady is literally Superwoman, and I kind of take advantage of the fact that she can cook anything sometimes. So I'll be like, hey, can you make this? And then she'll make it, and then I'll feel bad because like she spent a lot of the time making it and like searching up how to make it. Like the other day I asked her to make Singaporean rice, and then she like cooked the noodles separate from the rice, and then made the rice, and then made the chicken, and then made the sauce like all separately. And it was the first time she'd ever made it, but it was like fire, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Um,
I get like a wide variety of food in my household. But I go out to eat a lot, so like, you know.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you eat out? Just you prefer those food, or like just what's the reason?
I
in your
hate taking food out of the fridge and warming it up. Like that is my biggest pet peeve. I hate cold food and having to warm it up.
reuse
So
it.
I love,
Reuse. I know what you
I
mean.
love like fresh meals.
I was just like you. Yeah, I don't like. All right, at least now I'm fine with eating. But I remember before, I'd only eat the fresh food my parents would cook, and they're like, "No, I'm not gonna eat the warmed up spaghetti." And
Yeah.
I know what you
But I
mean.
just like
It's not
just
the
taking
same.
it out of the fridge just feels gross, and like putting it into a bowl and warming it up, just like the
You're
entire process is so
grumbling.
unappealing to me.
Yeah, it doesn't taste the same, like when it was freshly made.
Y'all can continue.
Yeah. Nice.
That was like the first intelligent thing Elliot has said.
Yeah. But
Yeah. So come to San Diego, Kaleo, and you can have my mom's Lahore Karai cooking.
yo, but your mom never made it for me, bro. Yeah.
You Robert, yo, what's up?
Bro,
Robert,
Alex,
Guido.
my mom will. I just need to ask her.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
just
maybe when
asked
this whole
her.
Corona thing dies.
We've gotten to eat jalapenos more than I've had your mom's Lahore Cry, bro.
You've had it once, didn't you?
Twice.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Better than Lahore Karai, right?
I don't know.
Bro, Lahore Karai is such cheap Pakistani food.
No, the naan bread is where it gets you, dude.
That's true. It's like hard to make that at home because we have a tandoor outside, which is like that
Oven?
cast stove, like giant stove dome thing, and you have to like stick naan on the inside and like a fire cooks it.
Also, it's like it's made by like Mumbai muscle. I don't think you can top that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But next time you come, we'll have a barbecue, and I'll have my dad like fire up the tandoor,
that'll be
and like
sick.
you can cook some really sick stuff in there.
Like
it's literally
Corona
just
sick?
like a clay, like a giant clay like circle, like a cylinder, and you stick stuff on the insides of it, like naan, and the fire it gets flame cooked.
It kind of
And then you
it
can
sounds like
throw
putty.
in skewers of meat, and it's so good.
It sounds like you could
Oh, yeah,
just stick
man.
putty on there and just cook.
Am
it.
I included in this invite?
Yeah.
No, what is it? Inshallah, bro. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah,
Yeah,
bro.
inshallah.
Inshallah. Yo, inshallah. Yeah. God.
Hell yeah.
Imagine a pizza oven, but the hole is on the floor. The hole is on the top, and it's on the floor. Yeah, basically. And you like stick stuff on the sides. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really hard to learn to use, though. Like, we've had it for a few years, and we just figured out how to use it, like, properly, like, cook stuff properly. Like, you could cook naan, but it'd be super flaky. Or, like, would break apart really easily or be too, like, solid. And then the next time we cooked it, we'd burn it too much, and then, like, over time, we finally learned how to cook it. Like, to put a certain amount of butter on it before you put it in for it to cook properly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Should we move on to our final topic? Because I got a scrim at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I guess we'll move
Alright.
on. I mean, I don't know how Ryan would be able to talk about this.
But it's fine. We can just talk about it with Ryan here.
Being Asian?
No,
I
yeah,
never
man.
read that.
we're talking about photography.
Dude, I was taking pictures before you guys were born.
You're right. You're right. We're
I
taking.
literally
You're.
used to
You're.
do
The only
photography.
thing you
I
were
had a
taking were
camera.
fucking X-rays because your brain was so small, bro.
Yeah, no, I used to do photography. Like, I took classes, I had a Canon T5, and I was super into it, and then one day I just woke up and I was like, no, I don't like this anymore, and then I sold my camera.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
That
Brown
sucks.
pictures is still a thing on Instagram, though.
I know,
My
I
pictures
saw.
aren't very good on there, but it's whatever.
Let me take a look right now.
So in here.
Ryan
Curious.
pictures.
Yeah. Those are like super scuffed pictures from years ago.
Yo, there's a lot of people.
Yo, Commander Root. Ryan pictures. Yeah, I'm already following it. Yeah, I see.
Why
Back
did
when,
she
you,
take
back, when
pictures?
back when you look like Bruno Mars on crack.
Show them a picture.
Yo, look at this one, bro. Bruno Mars, is that you in the mirror? Yo, is that you? Is that you, Bruno Mars? Shit.
Okay, but you relax.
Oh, crap. That's so funny.
Holy.
Yeah. No, but I decided to get into it recently because there's this photographer that I really liked for a while. His name is Quentin Debris, I think. Quentin... Yeah. Quentin Debris. I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but he's a photographer that I saw that I don't know how I found him actually, but I think maybe he took a bunch of skate photographs that I just looked up like the source one day, and his style is so cool, and I just because I like writing about just things. I like writing a lot, and I think words have a really interesting way of capturing moments and places. Obviously, that's the primary way that we communicate, right? Through words. I think words are very important. Like framing them, writing is truly an art. You know, I really enjoy writing. But then I thought, looking at these photographs, I saw there's another one who photographs artists. His name is Dan Frankel. He goes to USC.
Why are you biting me?
His stuff is really cool too. But it just shows like how there are just so many art forms out there that's so like touching and so impressive. Like I feel like I didn't used to think I was a very artistic person. I always enjoyed music, but I didn't really look into other forms of expression because I really suck at drawing, and which is like art, you know, like painting.
Have you thought about like talking?
Yeah, dude, all the time, bro, all the time. Yeah, but I thought, just like I was inspired really by looking at these people that their photographs are so like just so interesting, and it captures such a feeling in it. So I was like, I'm gonna try do something, and I thought about all the places that I've been to in San Francisco. These are just like, be it like a small little shop, like I don't know, like Kevin's Noodle House or something, somewhere that we've gone to a million times that captured so many like sentiments, so many memories, or like
Oh, you draw. Nice.
anime, nice, yeah, all right, yeah, that's a different art form, I guess. I don't really know how to appreciate that one, but yeah. Then there's just all these little places that have so many stories behind them with no one to tell, like, and they're just gonna be lost otherwise, you know. So I thought, especially because I'm looking into transferring, and San Francisco is such an amazing city. I really love it. So there are all these places that are so important to me, and I don't want them to just, I don't want their meaning to me, how significant they are at this current moment in my life, to disappear, you know. I don't know yet. I'm looking into a bunch of places, so I really can't tell. I applied to all the UCs, like UCLA, Berkeley, and San Diego, but I don't know if I'm gonna get in. Nice. Yeah, so I thought it would be really cool to take pictures, combining them with writing about like my experiences and how they are significant to me. But
This man said I just draw on tables at school.
yeah, so I thought that was really, really, really cool. Yeah, and that's why. And I think that's gonna be my project, right? That's why I have the Instagram account, Public Bench Project. That's where it started, because there was this bench outside a little suite that said Public Bench Project, and we were like chilling outside, and it looked really like funny. And then we were just saying how it could be a sick band name, right? And Kaleo brought his Polaroid. So I was like, yo, we should take a picture for the band's album cover right now. And I told like Simming, Sincere, and Dennis to pose on top of it, and we took a picture, right? But like that's like that's an interesting story that's captured behind that Polaroid picture. But also, it's not like completely captured by it, you know, like what happened leading up to this picture is not captured, is not like implicit in the picture itself. So I thought it would be good to combine the two art forms, which I enjoy, to express a little bit of my love for the city, you know, and all the places that are special, just so they're not forgotten forever. And because we're in such a digital age, if we can capture these beautiful moments, like why shouldn't we, right? Why shouldn't we try to like record these moments of our lives that are significant, that we're gonna look back onto one day and be like, that was a really cool time that I went through, you know, like that was a nice memory, or not, but you will remember the significance behind, because like I have a lot of places that remind me of shitty things, like that I have bad memories at, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna write about it, because they're still good or bad, it's still like significant to me, and I'm still gonna try to capture how I feel towards this location, because it does make me feel like an intense emotion, right? So I'm gonna try and capture it down, just so, I don't know, it's just interesting to know like how you felt about something at the time, and it's interesting to remember the significance of things, especially in a world where it can be lost very easily but also preserved very easily. That's what it means to me. Yeah. Clay, what about you, photography?
Well, I got into it like a year and a half ago. The reason why I got into it because I was at my brother's apartment, and there was just a camera there. I was like, oh sure, I'll just take it, and I don't know. I guess
you just yoinked it. You just
I literally,
just
I mean,
fucking walked out.
Yeah, I just joined it.
See you guys.
No,
Thanks,
but
Cal.
I just took it and like I guess took pictures. Like, oh, it's kind of cool. I mean, I always like thought about it. Like, I guess taking pictures. I didn't really have any idea of like how to go about photography as like a art, like its proper techniques and forms. So I just kind of just went out and took it, and I just kind of found it fun. I guess it was like I found it cool that it just captures the like Alex said, like the moment, or like there's so much things you can describe in that picture versus like maybe words. Like a picture can describe so many things.
Just smell me. Keep going.
Yeah, I just took pictures of that, and then I stopped because like.
Why'd you stop? Yeah, that's an interesting question. Because
because it was like a hobby during with my ex, I guess you could say, and it wasn't as fun, and it's.
I see that.
So recently I picked it back up, I guess, because it's just, I guess I liked it just for that sole purpose, and I've gotten over it, right? So it's like, photography is like just again like just capture so much things in that picture, either before it or even in that moment, like, and people have different meanings and this of that one instance of that picture, and it can tell many things.
Yeah.
It's either from a person or just even like a place. It just shows what maybe words can't describe. That's how I got into photography, and honestly, I just.
You actually do draw on tables.
Wait, isn't that from Fate? I feel like that's from Fate, and that's what's Saber.
Saber. I don't know.
Why is she crying?
I feel like she's experiencing very immense pleasure.
Oh,
Bruh. Shit.
I see.
Yeah, but that's how I got into photography, and I guess I'm getting back into it. Pepe laugh, bro.
Yeah, I think it's super interesting. Art form, there's a lot of art out there that I used to think I wouldn't be associated to, or like ideas that I wouldn't be open to, but just recently I felt like I've been open to a lot of new stuff. What do I think of music? Yeah, music is just like at the same it's super important to me as well, because I mean, when I think about music, I think about listening to a song that literally transports me back to when I first heard it, the emotions I felt, and what I was doing in life. You know, I have this follow me on Instagram, Cal. It's Alexander Yang. No, yeah, I plug like that right here.
I can't promise a follow back, but you should follow me too.
In my Insta bio, I have a blog that I made with my
Doesn't use
sister.
Insta.
Oh, you don't use Insta? Okay, that's fine. I can probably get this link somehow. Can you type out this link? I don't have a good reach on it. Yeah, so I think just music in general captures so much that we have to say, or like we don't, you know, and it's just super important.
Sincere, what's up?
Sincere's back. What's up, Sincere? Yeah, so I made this blog with my sister where we talk about, well, like pretty much I wrote a bunch of stuff and she made it into a website, and I just wrote about how songs make me like they formulate who I am as a person a lot, like what I think about the world, and just everything surrounding life. There's a lot of beauty to it. Wait. Oh, okay. So,
Wait.
What? I gotta hold up. I'm gonna mute this so I can post the link. Copy. Also, I'm gonna
I'm not
post.
gonna lie, that looked like the Stunner Project hookup app.
Yeah, it is. It is a hookup app. Also, I'm gonna. That's our Discord, Cal69. If you want to join, that's our USF one. Oh. Leak, bro, leak. I'm so bad at this. Yeah, so yeah, like all types of music have their own meaning, which is like, I mean, I don't like K-pop, but I can see why people would listen to it as music. You know, it's just like different to what I like, but yeah, just like different types of music they're so powerful, and I've liked singing all my life. It's just been a part of me, you know. So that's the only art form that I used to think that I related to. But yeah, like through these last like couple of like months, I guess, I've thought more and more about artistic expression and in general how I am as a person relating to art. So that's very interesting. I think art is something out there that's like such an abstract thing for like a survival point of view. I think art adds nothing to our survival. Have you ever thought about that? Like it's a privilege.
It does. Art does add to our survival because mental health is very important to survival, and art is a very important factor for a lot of people when it comes to mental health.
I think
Like,
art.
taking pictures make you happier?
The first useful thing Annie has said.
I think no. Since here's like what I was about to say is like I think art's just a way of expressing yourself. It's like a way of express what your inner thoughts are. There's different many arts. Like you could do it through writing, music, paintings, sculptures, pictures. Like there's so many different arts that it's just ways of expressing how you feel, and depending on the medium, you use that. And
Thank you.
Narcotics.
to
Thank you,
say,
Rick Moisty.
I think it is part of survival, but like, it's just a way of expressing. Even like what we're talking right now, that's art. We're talking art. We're constructing words, sentences together to express how we feel. So that's, I guess, in a sense, art.
Yeah.
Art just like a way of style and constructing certain things, and depending on the medium. Yeah, dude. XQCO. But
Narcotics.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a different way of thinking of art, I guess. Because
For
we
sure,
just think
for
art
sure.
is like aesthetics and like just non-meaning, just for the pure form.
Yeah.
Romanticism.
I can definitely see art as expression. Yeah. I think that's
So
very true.
I think part of it is survival, but not fully, I guess. I mean, there's like parts of it you could chunk out. Like,
There's like a caveman from like millenniums ago, I guess. Just like on a wall painting a horse, like, ooh, this is some good shit, guys.
yeah.
I'm like this horse, I'm free, like nice stuff. Yeah. But that's so like interesting. You don't like art is so exclusive to humans too, I feel like. Or maybe primates in general. I don't know. I don't know if monkeys draw or whatever. Probably sing. I don't know. But it's weird,
Mhm.
Like music, rhythmic. It's like part of the mystery of life that we haven't figured out. And but it does have that effect though, I think. And everybody has like their forms of art, I don't know, maybe do you think playing Overwatch could be a form of art? If you play really well, I think it could be like a form of self-expression. Have your own playstyle or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess in that sense, I mean, you could have different play
I
styles.
only play Symmetra. That's my art, guys. That's my self-expression. I only play Symmetra. Like nothing else. Fuck y'all.
I don't think it's Overwatch directly isn't art, but you can make something out of it. Like you can make YouTube videos of the content as art.
Fan art.
Yeah, fan art, guys.
Fan art,
guys.
Rule
Echo.
34.
Echo.
Rule 34. Rule
Yo,
34.
don't F the robot, guys.
Don't F the robot.
Yo, Echo, don't please.
Overwatch porn.
So run for an art.
Honestly, guys, I mean, I'm gonna say it straightforward. The only reason why Overwatch is alive.
Deviant art.
The only reason why Overwatch is alive is for the porn.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
guys. I just said it. That's right.
Yo.
That's the only reason why Overwatch is alive,
Facts,
guys.
Facts. Overwatch. That's so funny. Yeah. No, but art is definitely something that's. I feel like growing up, it gave me more. Yeah, thanks, Elliot. Everybody.
Thanks for the plug for the subreddit, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it makes us more connected to ourselves. Definitely. Yeah, cause like, oh shit, he's rolling. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at his face, bro. Look at the top of his head, yo.
He's had enough. I mean, going back to the question about music, I think it's interesting how it can evoke emotion, and like even when there's no words, like classical music, there's like emotion
like
in that.
jazz, all that stuff.
Yeah, right. You could literally be like ding and like wow, that's emotion. Like holy shit, that triggered something. Like a stupid piece of sound can somehow trigger some kind of emotion from you. It's not like ding. It's like there's like special combinations and like ways of making the sound, the timing.
Hey, what emotion does this trigger in you?
Boom, ba-ding, boom. Oh.
Boom, 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 boom.
That was the Amber Alert sound.
What about dun 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 dun? That's a fact sound. What about
Bird.
Alexa? Play Two Tens by Quinn 92.
Yeah, what emotion did that invoke, guys?
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So So art
Exactly.
is just something
It can.
that triggers an emotion.
I think that's a product of it. I guess maybe a product, a possible product. Not.
Yeah.
I think art's just, again, my definition is just a way of expressing yourself.
Yeah.
Trigger emotions, maybe a product of it, like a product of like seeing a certain type of art. Like you might feel sad, happy, mad, depending whatever the medium is.
Yeah, for sure. And it,
Art can also not invoke any emotion.
I think
Wait,
to
what?
certain people,
Say what?
he says art can also not evoke any emotion. I think
Bro,
art always
sometimes-
has
okay,
an
well,
emotion.
I guess that's my statement. I retract because there are some times where I look at a piece of art and be like, "How is this art?" And I guess that is an emotion. Confusion.
That's
No,
fair
but
enough.
I think it's whoever. It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? If the artist thought it was a piece of art, and he felt he was connected to it when he was making it, I think that makes it significant. That makes it important to that person. Maybe someone else can appreciate it, you know?
True.
And like exactly, like
Banana Noah.
also like you said, right? Look at this dude. Yo, he's falling asleep. Yo, what the fuck?
Wake up, wake up.
But also, yeah,
Wait.
because like looking at a lot of impressionist works, like it's hard to understand what's going on. When I see it, I feel chaos. You know, like chaotic, and maybe that's what it is. Like that's literally what it is.
Chaos.
Yeah, chaos.
Copyright strike, guys.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Me Mystery back at you with another podcast. Today we're talking about art. One of my favorite forms of art is actually blowing vape circles. Vaporing.
Facts.
This guy did not send
Yo,
anything.
one of my favorite art forms is the art of shit talking. That really lets me express myself. Really lets me express myself and get in touch with my feelings, and it evokes emotions. That's literally an art right there.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it, bro. Your mom.
I've become
Sorry, the basic form of shit.
I've become so good at the art of shit talking and then leaving chat. Like it's you don't even know.
Yo, JJ Special wants to play Tarkov.
Yeah, I think we
JJ
should
Special.
wrap this up soon because I got a scrim coming up.
Yeah. Is there anything else in the chat you guys want to?
Yeah, anybody in chat wanna add some more stuff that
Three
you
viewers.
guys want to talk about?
Chats?
Someone got that.
Somebody please clip that. Somebody please.
Why is our why are we so blurry?
Because it needs to focus. Yeah, there we go.
Chatterbait.
Yeah, what do you want us to talk about there, young Thagoroni? I don't know what you're talking about.
Project.
What's Project Melee? I don't even want to look these up. Just because I feel like they're gonna be like disturbing stuff. I mean, I know what
Chatterbait,
Chatterbait is. I know what
yeah.
Chatterbait is, but on that line, my thoughts exactly, Cal69. So now I really don't want to look it up. Now I really don't want to look it up. So I'm just gonna leave it.
What were you gonna say?
Huh?
What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna.
It's a VR cam girl.
Oh, I seen that. Dude, people actually
Really?
donate to the fucking person.
You've seen it?
No, like I seen like news about it.
Yo.
No, guys. Yeah, I meant,
Yo,
sorry.
I'm googling this shit. I'm googling this shit.
Expose guys. I'm exposing myself right now. But yeah,
That's
I guess.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Let's bang one out. Hold on.
Alright, so,
Since you looked it up.
I'm looking up
I don't
now.
know.
I'm looking up.
thanks, guys, for
What's one word?
to the podcast.
I don't know. What do you guys think of the podcast? I'm actually curious.
It was cool.
Any feedback?
Pause champ. Well, if anything, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. So, anybody in chat got any feedback for us? For maybe in the
But since
future?
we covered such a wide variety of topics that, like, it's going to be hard to put another podcast together anytime soon.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, if anything, right? I think there's more stuff. You just gotta find them. Like a good topic is about like maybe esports in general. That's a whole like podcast in itself.
True, exactly.
So
Let's
like
talk about that.
we'll find things to talk about. There's definitely a lot of more stuff and like I guess more niche and nitpicky things like there's more stuff we could talk about the corona, right? Like, well, I mean, there is something to talk about more.
Yeah,
about.
we could talk about like literally anything. We could talk about snacks. We could talk about fucking fashion. We could talk about esports.
Murder.
Yeah, something like that. You
We can
know.
talk about ghosts.
Yeah, actually, I would talk about that too because I did a research paper on
I
Paranormal
interviewed Father Fitz on demons.
what?
Yeah.
That sounds so funny. What did he say?
Yeah,
He's like,
my friend
they exist.
Kellen. You know Kellen?
Mm-mm.
Goes to USF, tall guy, long hair. He was in my political Islam class, and we were like, "Yo, let's start a podcast." And then we had one episode where we just interviewed Father Fitz on demons, and then we were never allowed to air it because like the press secretary for him told us not to. But I can
Fitzgerald?
talk about it.
Father
Did he
Fitzgerald?
say anything problematic?
Yes, Father Fitzgerald. No, he didn't say anything problematic. She just said that she doesn't want it to be released. I don't know.
Oh no, like, what did he say though? If
He
you-
just talked about like demons in terms of like in like biblical terms. Yeah,
big brain
he's
stuff.
not
Five head.
super like Reverend E.
Yo,
Interesting.
Yeah.
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 Yo, you wanna go get Lahore Cry after scrims?
If they're open.
They're open till 11. Yeah.
Bro,
I mean, they might
just
shorten
bring me
the
a
hours.
I
song.
don't think so.
Should call them just in case.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
sure.
want.
Just come over and drive
Also-
drive up and live with us.
I mean, would you guys be open to also like having these people on too as a podcast? I feel that'd be pretty interesting.
Huh?
Having more people,
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
people. I think that'd be cool.
That's true.
More, I guess, perspectives of
Yeah.
the ideas
but
we're talking
No
about.
matter what, we cannot have someone who smokes. Yeah.
Well, my pack is empty, so I'm not smoking anymore.
Cancer patient.
Are you actually 23?
Yes.
She acts like she's like literally 8 years old. So
Yeah. It's weird to me that she's 23.
I know it's pretty weird.
Should have done that. That's how we got more Twitch viewers, bro.
Yeah, yo, that's what I've been waiting for. The real content.
When did you
Yo.
start smoking? Look,
Boom.
Cal
Wait.
asked
boom,
you, when did you
boom,
start
boom.
smoking?
When I was 16, when I moved to America.
When I was 16, I had my first love.
Ain't nobody
No,
come
when I was
between
14.
nobody come above. She had me going crazy.
Oh,
I
I
was
was
starstruck.
When I was 13.
that's another topic too, though. Smoking.
She had me up daily.
E-cig.
Don't need no Starbucks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can close this out. Look forward to another one of this.
Yeah,
Interesting.
thanks for tuning in, guys. Really, this is very interesting. And yeah, we're going to be releasing content, I guess, over this coronavirus thing because I am very bored. And yeah,
Content creators.
content creators,
Yeah,
yo.
I don't know how often we're gonna do this, but
Yeah,
pretty
we don't
often,
know.
I guess. I mean, we're doing nothing other than staying indoors.
But
and doing
actually, stay
homework.
tuned because we're going to be recording a cover of Joji's Attention that's going to be so fire. So, like, it's like, stay tuned for that one. All right, guys? Yeah, Cal, thanks for tuning in. I linked I linked the USF Discord above if you want to come join and hang out. Yeah. But
If you want a private stream with
He joined.
me, you can go on my website, pornhub.com/Annie the Cutie. You can find me after hours.
yikes. Yikes.
Yikes, bro.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good afternoon and evening. Bye.
He said, "Joy."
Peace.